Hello and welcome to season 3 of the Phoenix League. Very excited, there's so many things about to happen here. So for those who don't know what the Phoenix League is to start off, it is a women's and gender diverse competitive scene in the Oceanic region. I am Spartan, and today with me to open up this lovely season is Nagaleda. Hello, how are you going?
I'm good, Spartan. How are you?
I am great. I am hyped. Super excited to see how this goes. So, we have a few things to go through. Obviously, first match of third season. We'll go through what we're expecting for the rest of the season for everyone who is watching. So, the first step, we've got 2 stages. Stage 1 is our flexible round robin, which will be lasting for a month. So, we'll be able to see lots of teams going up against each other, which today we have 2 matches coming up. It's going to be a best of 2 matches back to back. But let's just go through who we're actually going to be seeing in the season. So there's going to be 3 teams in total this season. There's going to be UG or Underground Gaming. There is going to be Senshi. And there's also going to be Lost and Found. So we have 3 teams competing in the season 3 of Phoenix League. Now, today we'll be seeing UG Gaming versus Senshi. Do you want to take us through the rosters now?
I certainly can. Over on the UG side, we're dealing with a somewhat familiar roster. We've got Drew Carrymore, we've got Mystique, we have Cortari, Raiju, and Doki. Following up with that, we have the other team today, which is Senshi. We're looking at Psycho, Keelix, Barra, Tori, and Sana.
So, exciting things coming up, yeah. Do you have any highlights of, or like any people that you're excited to see play?
Look, only really paying attention to the last season that we watched of Phoenix League. I'm expecting a lot on the UG side, specifically what kind of hijinks we're going to be seeing out of Cortari, because she tends to just go off the book, and I'm really excited to see what kind of chaos that's going to bring to the games today.
Nice. Okay, so we'll migrate over to our map vetoes that we've gone through, which this will be the map veto system for straight away, bank, chalet, more bank, and more chalet. Lots of extra shakes. Lots of the first match we will be going to see is Consulate. So exciting match, which we didn't see a lot of in season 2, but bringing out strong as the first map of the first match for season 3.
As long as we don't see, 4 chalet matches back to back, I think we're off to a solid start there.
Well, hey, we've seen double bands of chalet and bank. They're not getting through.
Clearly have no idea and don't want to see it at all.
Coolio on that side of things. So what do we expect for Consulate? I believe Underground Esports will be starting on the defense for Consulate, and then Senshi will be starting on the attack.
Very exciting stuff. I'm not really sure what to call out of both teams because, I've not seen a lot of gameplay-wise Consulate. I was going to say Chalet. I've seen enough Chalet, thank you. Consulate-wise, so I'm interested to see if we're going to see any strats that are necessarily off the book, things you wouldn't normally see on a regular round, because Consulate has a lot of different ways that you can play it, and it really comes down to how creative you want to set up sites. A lot of vertical plays, a lot of attacks from the outside, and clearing out massive sight lines. So I'm excited to see what we're going to get out of them.
Of the repel system, the new repel system in particular, with CJX coming in, being able to sprint around corners as well, with Consulate being a very repel heavy for at least the top floors, the top floor in general. I think it'll be quite interesting to see how these teams use that. But then with the downstairs side of things, there's a lot of lurk plays, which I know some of these players love to lurk and hide in these corners. So we might see some really sneaky plays, I reckon, in this match.
Going to be a good one for sure. I'm excited to get into it.
Okay, yes, so I would say teams would probably be starting upstairs, maybe going to the basement side. But what bands do you reckon we'll see through this?
Well, considering we're over in the Siege X sphere now with the whole new band system, I feel like we're going to be seeing some bands that maybe you wouldn't have seen banned in other circumstances. You know, like being the ranked hero that I am, you're going to see a lot of hard breach and wall denial bans. Your bandits, your thermites, your aces, they're going to be taken off the board quite early. So I'm excited to see if we're sticking to that formula or if we're going to be, you know, maybe breaking the mold a little bit, going something a little bit different. You know, maybe seeing some target bans on some of these operators and players. Who knows?
I could definitely see some Blackbeard bans on the attack. On the defense, a lot of maybe Vert operators. We do have a Flores ban coming out. That's something I didn't really expect for a consulate one.
No, I wouldn't have noticed that too. Mira, obviously, we expected to see, so nothing changed there. And there's the Cade. I would have seen Cade coming a mile away. I would have been surprised if that didn't get picked.
Yeah, definitely. But the Nomad. So what we see is every single shield is up in play, including the Clash on the defense, which has been newly reworked for the latest season. So I'm intrigued if any teams will actually play these shields. We have seen them being quite strong in the past, but as I was saying before, this is very large map, so there's a lot of little places people can hide. So shields might be a good idea, might not be a good idea.
I'll be curious to see if anyone's going to pick it, but looking at the lineup so far on the defense side, I don't see anything particularly out of the ordinary. You know, Raiju and the Ella, I'm expecting to see roaming and, as you said, hiding in those little corners, waiting to get some picks and whatnot. Nothing really standing out to me there, but on the attacking side, a lot of roam clear opportunity there with the Gridlock to cut off angles, your Dokkaebi. Obviously, those phone calls very critical when it comes to being able to call out those lurking defenders. So I'm excited to see who's gonna take this first round away.
Okay, the first round of Season 3 of Phoenix League starting off, and we have Senshi looking like they're heading for a admin take here. We see them all spawning towards that Visa admin side. And I did notice Yuji has a little bit of a setup more on the vending side, and they've barricaded off most of Break Room. So looks like we did see there the Ella, Raiju on the Ella there, maybe causing a little bit of concern for Senshi, but most of that admin space will be free to take on Senshi's side.
Looks like we're going to be trying to get this wall here open. I forget the name of the call out, but obviously a pretty standard attack just to kind of put some pressure on the defending side, make it so that they've got angles to worry about. Default cams, admin push is going quite well for them, which is good to see. That ground, like you said, taken almost immediately.
Yeah, Mystique with the shotgun as well. Oh, the C4 in hand. Might get a little creative here with that C4 over into catering.
Catering, thank you. Not a lot happening at the moment. We're waiting to see some angles, but it looks like we've had one sneak into catering. Mystique holding the C4 still. Oh, and our first picks have happened. Core picking off Barra, but it was a trade.
Oh! The
My
delay.
goodness.
Oh. The one health on Kylix. Able to sneak away from that.
How did she
just
pull
missing that? Oh my god.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Shots traded, but not a lot happening between Sana and Mystique. Mystique holding steady in her position, waiting for someone to push that angle with that shotgun. She's a force to be reckoned with. Doki managing to pick off Dokkaebi. Doki, not Doki, sorry. Picking off the amazing pick. It really puts the attackers in a little bit of a situation, because now all of that pressure that they had pushing over the admin side has somewhat been lost. It's come to a bit of a standstill. They're looking to see something out of Senshi here, but it doesn't look like it's going too well for them. 30 seconds left on the clock. Oh!
Starting to rappel down, get into sight, but we do see Kylix taking down Mystique as well, but time is ticking down. 20 seconds left. Psycho able to take down Doki as well, leaving it in a 2v2. Kylix on 1 health. Tori's down as well, so technically 2v2. 15 seconds left down as Kylix goes down, leaving Psycho in a 1v2. Able to take down one. Psycho vs Drew. Not sure where they are. Just trying to find each other. Psycho trying to figure out where Drew is. But Drew hiding and able to catch the first round of time. just hiding in that corner there of meeting. Picking up the
Amazing.
first round for Yuji.
Amazing first round. Honestly, Yuji stayed steadfast in that defense there. They made the correct picks, got the swings, won their guns, won their 1v1s. Beautiful, beautiful execution. You love to see it.
Yeah, definitely.
Very excited to see the retaliation.
The push idea for Senshi was very clear. They wanted to go from the admin side across. They managed to clear that vending player as well. I believe it was Tingus Pingus or Kutari, as better well known, playing in that vending side of things. But they were able to clear that quite quickly, but just stumbled on that last bit in the last few seconds of that round, leaving Yuji with that round up.
Yeah, we're moving downstairs now, which obviously tends to be quite... depending on how you want to play it, you're either a very bunker-heavy kind of play style, which very much leaves you open to a lot of vertical play, but I can already see with the likes of Malusi on the board and a couple other operators, we're going to have some roaming, which would be good. I'm excited to see Senshi win this round, because I would like to see it be very competitive. And it looks like they've got a very solid lineup to do so. You're going to ram for that piano push to obviously get that vertical open above. You've got the combination of the tried and true combination of Thatcher and Thermite to try get that wall open, and even, you know, Sana on the fuse. We're just going to be seeing a lot of vert play here, and it's going to be very, very interesting to see how Yuji reacts to that.
Senshi looking like they're going for a full top floor down approach. We do see Psycho also moving in from admin side, taking that space already. Where the other half we do see Tori and Kylix looking to try go for the wall. It does look like they've brought the fuse as well to try and trick through the tuber rail. So this is a new tech that has been discovered in the later seasons. Which, if you put a fuse charge down while the tuber rail and the thermites are going and everyone's trying to do that mini trick, well, one fuse charge at least gets through, which means it blows up the electricity, but it can also blow up the tuber rail fusing gadget, so they can get through the gadget there if they want to try it. But we do see Senshi opting to rotate back up and just wait to try get that vert control a little more before they attempt to open this wall.
Yeah, Mystique's taking a little bit of damage there from the buck above, and it looks like they're pushing on that wall now. Doesn't look like... Ooh, the tuber rail goes off. And it doesn't look like Fuse is there to help capitalize on that, so they might be able to keep this wall tricked if for a little bit longer. Oh! Barra gets lit up there by Doki. We're seeing some back and forth, and Barra's down. There goes the ram hidden behind the piano. Interested to see if... Oh, shoot little feetsies. Yep, there it is in the first pick. Oh, there's another one. Tingus Pingus. I'm only ever going to follow that now because I think that's funnier than Portari. With the second pick onto Fuse. So... they have managed to get the wall open here in Garage, so I'm whether or not that's going to help with the pressure. We've got Mystique hiding behind, and Tingus Pingus with another. Oh my goodness, they're just falling like flies. This defense is clearly too steadfast. It's crazy.
Yeah, Senshi opting to go for the top floor clear, but then just missing out to clear the middle floor, which we see Yuji really capitalizing on that lack of clear from Senshi's side, leaving it a 5v2. We do see the last two members of Senshi are towards the garage side. Tori outside this garage breach. Kylix on the yellow stairs, shots going out, but Tori going down, leaving Kylix in a 1v5 technical, able to take down one. 15 seconds left.
The Goya
time is ticking. There's players all around the site. It's going to be a very tough ask. And she gets wallbanged to end that round off.
Unbelievable. Yeah, look, that was textbook. I really have no other words. Yuji held that middle ground floor. Senshi tried to do the top down clear. There was no one up there, and Yuji just was like, you know what? This ground floor, this is ours. You can try come for it, but we're not going to let you. Tingus Pingus call. Picking off, I think, what, three that round, 2 or 3. Like, she was the Monty, she was the wall, and they were up against it, and it was very unfortunate for Senshi.
Senshi once again having a really clear plan of what they wanted to achieve, getting in early, which is always a massive thing for Consulate because it's such a massive map. But then just stalling in the middle round which we saw Yuji, two players were playing in that piano and expo side, which Senshi, they were able to open the vert up through the top floor down to the basement, but they didn't clear those middle floor players out. And as we saw Barra dropping into her death in piano side, and then Yuji just completely stopping that attack there. So not the greatest rounds, but we can see the plan clear for Senshi's side here. But my favorite thing, we're going to the tertiary site. This is Sentry's wing to win the round. It's always tends to be the defender's least confident round. That's why it's considered their third pick, their tertiary pick, which always gives the attackers a good chance to bring back a round on their attacking side.
I think we need a tertiary round counter on stream for the amount of times you say it, because it's always,
well,
it's always
twice
a delight.
already.
Let's keep the counter going.
Okay, so Senshi's looking to get some vert control at the start. They're going through admin's side here. We do see some things going out on some of the UG defenders lurking in the vending and long disc side. But we do see 4 members of Senshi have now taken the space. We see the drone work going in. And they're just starting to make a little bit of progress through admin's side.
Will it be enough though? There's 2 members of the UG team hiding up top as well. 2v4, I mean, it's a favorable situation for Senshi if they can get the picks, but as soon as I say that, we've already lost 1 Ash, Barra down, 2 Tingus Pingus on the Frost, holding this side like it is her home.
So interesting shield and reinforced setup here from Tingus Pingus.
Ooh.
Trying to defend them from bathroom, but Kylix taking the head off of Raiju, opening up the round a little bit more. Slowly taking that pressure on the opposite side, but as we see Drew and Ningus not moving a muscle here. I'm just going to keep calling Tingus Pingus on the game.
Ningus now? Is that what is that? I think we should just stick with Pingus, maybe?
Yeah, Pingus. Yep.
Pingus, okay. I think Pingus works.
Yep.
It looks like we've had a couple of the Senshi members move down to ground floor, maybe giving up on a vertical push, realizing they've got a minute left on the clock. Time very well becoming that 6th player on the side of UG. So, I mean, 50 seconds is still a lot of time to get jobs done, and they're starting to open up sightlines and walls. Are we going to see the members of UG return to site? Ooh, we've got a little tuck-to-docky here. To move away from that situation. I cannot say I blame her. Oh! Killix goes down. No, sorry. Not Killix. Killix gets the kill on Docky, bringing it to a 3v4. A little bit more favorable than Senshi, but again, that time still. Oh my goodness! It's 1 for 1. We're pushing it in. 20 seconds left on the clock. Sana, Tori getting the pick onto Drew. It is now a 1v3. Could this be the first round we see Senshi with a round? We've got Core holding above. Sorry, Pingus holding above. 10 seconds left on the clock. She's got to do a lot of work here. She managed to pick up 1. Manages to... Oh! Miss narrowly on the second one. We've got the plant going down. Are we going to see that? No! And Core single-handedly in a 1v3 manages to secure that round for UG. Absolutely insane. I would not have expected her to just stay playing above sight, but she knew the default angles to be holding and just... Yeah, that was beautiful.
Once again, Senshi, they have the plan at the start. Clear the top, we go for it, horizontal across, but they ran out of time with Consulate being such a large map and so many things to clear. And then Pingus just sitting on the top, holding that perfect angle there, and then just waiting for the time to tick down. The cover was not there. The plant spot, because of the lack of the time, was not in a really good place to cover either from that vert angle. And UG able to get 3 rounds in a row.
Obviously, as we saw there, we had our second lot of bans. We saw Buck get banned and Mute get banned. Now, the Buck, I understand, they're wanting to kind of not have to worry so much about all of these sight lines they opt to leave open or vertical play. It makes sense, but I mean, UG with 3 rounds in the pockets, got to be feeling pretty confident going into this round, even without the Mute. Mystique swapping over to the Smoke, still rocking that shotgun. It's going to be, I think, hopefully a little bit more favorable this time around on the Senshi side. I keep saying that because I genuinely want them to win a round. And looking like some pretty stock standard sites set up, you know, got some barricades set up over on admin side. Maybe they're very okay with just letting admin be taken, whether or not Senshi's going to try take that push again or maybe switch it up. But we've got 3 members of Senshi spawning over on the admin side, opening up these windows and looking to go in for that, you know, pretty standard push.
It does look like an admin take again. From UG's side of defense, they haven't changed too much up on their operator ones because, I mean, they've won 3 rounds in a row. Their defense has been working. On Senshi's side, though, they have changed up a little bit of their attacking lineup, maybe seeing or finding a little bit of a gap in the util here, but we do see them trying to do the same take they did before, so going from admin side across with UG not too fussed about that, letting them take the space as quickly as they want.
Yeah, well, I mean, they've had no problem holding what space they've limited themselves to in the previous couple rounds on just any side, so the fact that they're not at all they're happy to give them that space is just prevalent of how confident they're feeling. And I mean, already there's the first pick of the round. That is Sledge going down to Tingus Pingus. Like they're getting picked off, and Raiju picking off Barra. Senshi's just dropping off. We've got 2 down already. They are aware there's one sitting behind the shield on vending. Whether or not they're going to be able to do anything about it, though, because the cross angle being held by Raiju there. It's just a very strong position to have to fight your way through.
No, well, my choice in the vending side as well. Very strong and hard to clear, but Kylex just 1 and 2, taking Mystique and the Wamai off the board, completely opening up and bringing it back. But Doki taking down Kylex, shutting her down, bringing her back to a 3v2 with UG in the favor. With time ticking down as well, this is only going to favor UG more and more.
Definitely looking that way. 1 minute left on the clock. We've got Tori and Sana having to push, and it looks like they're doing... Are they both admin? Yeah, both still admin sides. So again, they managed to... Kylex managed to clear out the 2 holding vending, but now Raiju has gone ahead and taken that position. And manages to down Tori. It's now up to Sana, unless she can get this kill and then get the res on Tori. It's looking very much like again. No! Oh, down from below, Doki with the swing around and manages to clean up the fight. Not the final round, but the final member of Senshi right there. Oh, beautiful flank. Beautiful flank.
Perfect timing, waiting also for the vending player to swing out, distract, and then swing out on the bottom of Visa stairs, just completely sandwiching out the Senshi player at the end there. UG very strong at the moment. They're able to hold those positions. As we saw, Kylex did take down the vending player, but then Raiju able to retake that really strong position, particularly because the shield was still there.
Yeah.
In which Senshi, they didn't have the util to clear it anymore. And then UG, once again, just running away with these rounds. Very strong, able to hold out those last few seconds of each round. I think UG, they're in a really comfortable position at the moment. Very happy with how they're going right now.
Yeah, they've got to feel confident. Like, when you've won 4 rounds almost as effortlessly as possible, apart from that tertiary site where obviously we saw Core clutch up to, well, yeah, I guess clutch up. It almost seemed like it was effortless for her to win that 1v3. Yeah. So it's interesting for them because they've just got to be like, okay, we can maybe play a little bit more loose with it, but I don't feel like they're having to worry too much at all at the moment. So it's really on Senshi to kind of show up at the moment and see if they can salvage anything from this first half, because the way that it's looking, it could very well be a 6-0 half if we're not careful.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, Senshi, though, this time they want to go for that vert take, but all 5 members are focusing on clearing this middle floor at the very least. I'm not sure if anyone's clearing from the top floor, but with UG, I definitely see a player lurking in piano side. Otari on the Goyo there. There is a second member as well in there, so really trying to lock that down. Shots fired, but only a little bit of damage taken back on Simon's side here. But time is slowly ticking. 2 minutes, and they still haven't taken that vert control.
Expo wall getting opened up, giving some more sight lines. Toki taking a bit of damage and then getting picked off by Killix. Alex, and that is the first pick. I think that's the first round. Psycho also taking out Core. Two very strong members on the UG side. Very well turning the favor of this map to Senshin. Hopefully, C4 misses its target. That's okay. Numbers advantage still on the Senshi side. We've got some fuses going from above. They're trying now, knowing that they've probably cleared all that vert play, to make the most of it.
Senshi just taking their time now, really slowly trying to clear that vert. You see the utils going out. Just trying to clear off those places, which we do see Barra taking down Raiju as well. UG slowly getting picked apart this round. Senshi, they still have plenty of time, a full minute remaining to open up the garage breach, get in, go for the plants, or just figure out where these two players are and go for those kills as we hear some drone work going on in Kylix here. Mystique and Drew left in that 2v5 situation. Ooh. But Psycho taking down Drew on that retake, leaving Mystique in a 1v5. The plant is going down as well. Senshi has complete vert control, yellow control, and garage. It's going to be an impossible task. And as we see, Psycho clears up Mystique for their first win, which happened to be a flawless round on Senshi's side.
Fantastic for them, and it was exactly right. They had a feeling this time that the presence upstairs was going to be that ground floor, and they decided not to even worry about top floor, just take that ground floor, pick out the operators that were there, and then the round was practically theirs from that point on. It was beautiful execution, much better than what we saw previous rounds, which is fantastic. Hopefully we can see them win this one and bring us into a 4-2 half.
Ooh, so we are going to the fourth side of this map, archives and server. So something, or archives and office, sorry, that we don't see often. So I'm quite intrigued with this quaternary side.
Yeah, I was about to ask. What, like, obviously tertiary for 3. What do we call 4? So that's
yeah.
I've learned something new today.
A pulse and a Scorpus on the board of underground, so two operas we haven't seen yet, but because there is a lot of vert control, particularly for the top side, which the pulse can do a lot of work from below, just sitting there, but then the Scorpus is well able to backstab almost anywhere across the map because of its teleporting to drone ability. I think it'll be quite interesting how UG uses these operators.
Yeah, for sure. Like, Scopus in general is just an interesting operator depending on how you want to play her. A lot of people will tend to, you know, do one pick, a run out, spawn pick something, and then kind of discard that Scopus shell with relative safety to go back to site, but it doesn't look like that's what's happening here. We've got a push going. Are they looking to do a back take from garage to push the servers? That's what it looks like, but we've got Mystique on the wall looking to bandit trick. Doesn't manage to get it off and takes quite a bit of damage in that exchange, having to pull back, getting droned out. All of the members, pretty much all of the members of Senshi are here droning with, Tori managing to get the first pick onto Mystique. That is Bandit down and out for the count. A lot of other operators not in this back. It looks like it was just Mystique holding it all on their own. So, was that Vert? What was that? That was Pulse above. Sorry, yes.
There's 2 players above there holding piano, making sure they have that information and trying to stop Senshi from taking that. But we do see Rojo taking down Barra, bringing it back to a 4v4. Kotari also switching back to be on site, protecting site a bit more. But as we see Senshi not trying to give any extra kills away. But UG, they still have all of middle floor control, as we see the castle set up here from Drew's side, and they still have piano control. So Senshi have got to come up with another plan on how they're actually going to get into sight.
Yeah, they know they've got the vert play on the piano, so they don't want to risk running in through garage, but it obviously seems that a couple of members have already kind of gotten in. Actually, they're all in. Never mind. Donkey managing to pick off Kylix, bringing it down to a 4v3. I wouldn't necessarily say that this is a bad position for Senshi to be in, but it's less than ideal. Unless they want to start doing something quickly, 50 seconds left on the clock. I'm not feeling too confident about this push. We've got people droning in towards the site, pushing in that server's hallway. But it's very slow, to say the least. Pingus doing a swing. We got drones. All 3 remaining members of Senshi pushing in Server's hallway, hoping to do something fast and quick. But it looks like UG is starting to fall back onto site, knowing maybe that all members are here. Cortari swapped off into another sniper shell that's above site. Flashes go out, managing to blind a team member. And the swing. Oh! 8 seconds left on the clock. Doki's down. We're going for the plant. Tori is putting that down. Psycho and Sana having to hold these angles. Then there's a UG slowly pushing back. Oh, goodness gracious. More trades upon trades. We've got Psycho down. It is now a 1v2 situation. Tori just needs to hold this diffuser against both Skopos, Cortari, and Raiju on the pulse. Going for the defuse. And that is as simple as that. Bringing that to a 5-1. UG, beautiful round. And a little bit of a, you know, bad Claymore run into that Claymore. Teabagging right there. We love to see it. The diffuser
It is allowed in the Phoenix League. Teabagging is allowed. There is no concern there. But
Nothing
yeah,
wrong.
UG 5-1.5 on their defense for Consular. They'll be very happy with that. I think particularly they even tried the foresight to try throw off Senshi's double attack. Obviously, as you said before, Kotari was able to clutch up that tertiary site round, which obviously UG were like, yep, let's try something different, try throw Senshi off, which it did work. They managed to get that round and completely put Senshi's last minute push in the ground there. But this is the round half. This is the side switch. This is where everything can flip and turn on its head, which we do find Consulate, I think, is very defender-sided. So excited to see how Senshi bounces back with this.
Definitely
defense.
agree. And looking at the bans, obviously, that we just went through, we see our first shield ban, Blackbeard, being taken off the board. Obviously, Senshi doesn't want to have to deal with that. Clearly, a little bit of PTSD maybe dealing with Blackbeards in their ranked games or warm-ups or whatnot. But we see Valkyrie and Mira getting taken off the board on the defending side. Obviously, Valkyrie, a very strong intel operator. I don't think we actually saw any play of Valkyrie on the UG side on the last defense. So clearly they just want to have to not so much worry about intel and just maybe push. I'm thinking maybe they want to go for like a relatively fast and hard kind of push on this, considering they don't want to have to worry about anything outside of default cameras. So I'm excited to see if that's going to work for them, if that's the kind of play that they're making. Looking at the round, I'm not seeing anything kind of crazy standing out to me on the attacker lineup in terms of operators. Very, very standard. Mystique, obviously, with the 0. We're looking to see some intel coming out of that. Was that? Did I?
Ooh,
Sorry,
some shots going
I thought maybe a spawn peek.
I did hear some shots going through. I'm not sure if it was this one peak there, but no one's died as of yet.
Go around the wall.
Safely able to get to the roof. We do see Yuji getting really aggressive on yellow stairs, pushing all the way up. But Barra taking down Raiju, stopping that push in the tracks there. And it looks like Yuji, they're trying something, didn't work, and now they're all out onto the roof to try and think of another strategy.
It looks like they may already have a backup strategy in mind, which is to try open up, obviously, yellow wall there, which they can do in combination with Mystique and Pingus to try and get some pressure on those yellow stairs. And then the skylight as well. They may still very well be trying to go for just a general yellow push. Barra holding it.
I love this angle that Barra is holding.
Yeah, I've seen this a couple times. It's quite nasty if you're not prepared for it.
Yeah, definitely. As we saw, that was how Raiju died, I believe, from Barra's angle there. Yeah.
There you go.
So, yeah, as time is ticking though, Yuji slowly trying to get a little bit more space on the yellow side, trying to get rid of that Azami keeper barricade. You see Mystique trying to enter Spiral's side here as well, getting that extra pressure on that different angles. But time is ticking, and as time goes down, Senshi can get the advantage here and there. Things are going out, shots getting taken, but nothing connects. There's almost 1 minute left.
Okay, so we see 3 members now of UG pushing that top yellow. Are they just going to sprint through into... Oh no! Kylie's getting lit up, but that's okay because Barra's there to do the refrags, but Tingus then gets that refrag, and then Kylie's gets that refrag. It's back and forth. We're in a 2v4 situation. No! Tingus managing to bring it back to a 2v3. Still not great. Oh, never mind, a 1v3. It is up to Cortari to bring this round for UG, and unfortunately, they do not. Tori, even though that was a trade as well, how many no, there wasn't a lot of trades that round, but I feel like CJX, there's a lot more trades going on than you used to see.
Yeah, definitely. But we did see in that round there's a lot of deaths very quickly on both sides.
I couldn't
All
keep up
teams
with it.
trying to stack and hold those angles 1-1. UG really trying that aggressive take at the very beginning, but getting shut down. Kind of leaving their entire attack to the last minute, which we saw a full yellow brute force push, which, as we saw Senshi, they had that cover. They had the refrags there, and Senshi able to pick up their first defense round. I think that'll kind of instill a little bit of more confidence that, hey, we know what we're doing. We can bring this back in this match.
Yeah, for sure. Obviously moving downstairs now. Again, seeing the opt for a Cade over the Bandit. Maybe there's not too much worry on the Senshi side regarding, you know, tricking with the two-brow there. They're hoping that they can just rely on that to keep that wall closed and focus more maybe on the back push, or, you know, we've got Psycho doing hatches up and back. Maybe she's going to be playing up on the top floor. Who knows? It's going to be a good one to see how they play this one, considering before it was obviously a lot of ground floor holding for UG. So I want to see how Senshi's going to mix it up a little bit.
Once again, they've brought the tuber route, which we did see UG bringing as well for that basement site. So really trying to stop a basic UG take through that garage ball. But UG does look like they want to go for a top-down clear, maybe funneling through yellow side as we see the drones going out. As we see also Psycho getting seen. Some shots potentially getting thrown out that way, but nothing connects. And Psycho able to run off with her life, I believe, at this stage down the yellow stairs. And UG just getting and taking that yellow side space, making sure they can get the third and that control at the end of this.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we had Psycho playing in piano before, but got droned down and has had to kind of rotate away from that position. UG just looking to get that vert control to make sure that there's no one now still hiding, you know, squirreled away inside of piano. And Tengus manages to find Barra. I don't know where that came from. Where was the Cade hiding? Very interesting. Must have just been from, was it from the top floor all the way down, or was Cade playing piano as well? I didn't quite see, but that's insane if that was through 2 floors to get that.
I think it was through the 2 floors there. Yeah. I don't remember seeing anyone else in that piano side, yeah.
The tuber unfortunately not working there for them because they had the vert to just get rid of that canister right off the bat. They're now ramming above, really forcing Senshi into a corner. Mystique managing to pick off the tuber gone. No more. All we have to worry about him freezing our boots during this already cold Australian winter. Oh!
As we see Sana taking down Mystique, not making the round over as of yet. More shots going down, just missing the heads of these players.
Changing mad.
Tori taking a lot of damage though. 45 seconds left. UG has complete vert control. They have opened the breaches up as well. Now trying to force their way, but Psycho taking down Raiju, which Raiju is very impressed by.
Nice
leaving
shot.
it in a 3v3. Doki is down though, so was a technical 2v3, but Drew was up there as well, able to pick Doki back up, leaving 3v3 once again, but time goes down as we see Sana taking down Tingus. 20 seconds left. And everything's starting to fall apart from UG's side. We see Drew trying to get aggressive through yellow side, but gets taken down by Tori, leaving it to Doki in a 1v3. 10 seconds left, trying to do something. Only has a little bit of health. Would have to be a miracle at this point. But as we see Senshi with the discipline, not giving UG anything. And Senshi, by the skin of their teeth, and I think the patience and team information, able to hold off and not overswing, get those picks, and win that round. We do see UG calling attack. Nope, there we go. We've got our timeout. But UG,
Timeout.
there we go.
There we go. Yeah, so that round, how do we, let's break that down a little bit. Yeah, I mean, look, it was, for all intents and purposes, very much going well for UG, managing to get that vert control there and playing off that. But it just seemed that we had too many 1v1s that UG just lost in that scenario. I believe the spacing out of Senshi throughout that bottom site was immaculate. They were able to kind of cover all angles, even with a less player presence, which just ended up working out really well for them. And genuinely, the amazing shots from all the team members on Senshi just cleaned it up. And yeah, brought that up to a 3-round win for them. Yeah, so genuinely, great work. Good job.
Yeah, no, definitely agree with what you're saying there. UG, they were able to get really aggressive at the start. They got the early 2 picks there, but then Senshi just playing very patiently, very passively, as you were saying, and just able to kind of pick UG off one by one. Yeah, UG, they had that man advantage and then threw it away with some 1v1s instead of all pushing together at the same time. I'm starting to see a little bit of a trend between both of these teams on the attack side. Able to get in the building and get aggressive really early, but then struggling to finalize the rounds just in those last minutes, and really stalling in the mid rounds. But hey, UG, obviously they weren't happy with what happened there. That discussion, maybe something can turn around. We are in the tertiary site now for Senshi's side, so UG may be able to pick up an attack round on this side.
So I think we're at 4 now. I'm gonna mentally be keeping count of all of the tertiary calls, because I don't think we're getting a counter on stream. So I think that's 4 times you've said tertiary now.
Yep.
Let me start up my own spreadsheet for each stream that you're in, and we'll go from there.
Sweet. We could have a full count at the end of the game.
If I missed any, I need people to keep track of it as well.
No!
All right, so... Oh, what has happened there? Hello?
No, the TK! No!
The first TK of Season 3, let's go!
It goes to Kylix deleting Sada. What happened there? I think maybe some setup with the Super Shorty? Yeah.
Yeah. That's the only thing that makes sense, because why else would it have been the Super Shorty, you know? Like, unless they're really just feeling confident now.
But
like, we don't need 5.
Uchi getting aggressive with the blitz, and they're coming in from the basement side here, starting to take some space through Visa side and Tellers. UG really excited that they got the first kill from Kylix side here, but this will start to snowball if since you can't bring it back here. We do see UG taking a lot of space very quickly with that blitz, as we see they're already down that spiral hallway going down to where the benches are, but Senshi able to drop off as we see Kylix lurking at the bottom yellow, maybe looking for a bit of a flank side on those 2 players pushing those benches.
It looks like Core might be having a mind game situation with herself. I don't believe there's actually anybody in Visa that may have run up and around. But she's distracted by nothing at the moment. Ghosts and spirits, but UG very close to sight, ready to take that push. Oh no! I was going to say Blitz being the spearhead, but that spearhead has now been removed. Tori with the double onto UG. Fantastic work there, bringing it to a 3v3. See, they really didn't need that that 5th member. They really just decided, you know, Santa, have a break, you know?
Well, the round's not over yet. We'll see how it goes. Still a minute remaining, and it is 3v3, so even standings. But UG starting to take a lot of space on that lounge side and that reception side. But Senshi, they still have the vert control over the breach, as we see Psycho just above. Might be able to deny Mystique. But Mystique able to smoke it, going for the plant. Can Psycho deny? I don't know.
It doesn't look like she's going to be able to. The plant goes down. Drew picking off Tori, bringing it to a 3v2. We've got members downstairs, members upstairs on the Senshi side, but now they need to do a retake, and it looks like UG's got some very nasty angles that they're holding. Shots fired between Psycho and Drew. Looks like they're just going to be blocking off some noise, try to make some moves, because 26 seconds on the clock, they've got to do something. More shots traded. Kylix bringing it to a 2v2. Pushed on site near the diffuser, trying to go for the defuse. Oh, Psycho's covering. It looks like they're going to get the defuse off. Beautiful work. Senshi, what genuinely looked almost like an impossible retake just made it look effortless, and beautiful work on their behalf, because bringing it to 5-4 now, that was wonderful. We're going into our second ban phase. I'm wondering if we're going to see an Azami ban now.
Where was the cover? Where was the cover? No. Usually they perfectly got the plant down, able to sneak it out from the vert play, but then they weren't holding the.
Yeah, that was genuinely wild. Obviously, yeah, beautiful work from Senshi there, being able to cover each other to get that defuse off, especially considering the fact that you had one member, I believe it was Core, down the end near Visa Stairs, clear line of sight right to the diffuser, but still wasn't obviously making those shots connect, allowed the castle to just diffuse with no worries, and it was a beautiful round for them.
It did also look like Psycho caught a couple of those bullets headed towards, I think it was Kylix who was defusing the bomb, so that actually might have saved Kylix from everything, able to defuse. But UG, they would be kicking themselves right now. They almost had that round, their birthright round, the tertiary round. But Senshi just able to clutch it up. But now Senshi back on their primary site. I think once again 3 rounds on a row on their defense. They're almost back to equalized rounds as well. I think they'll be very confident right now.
Yeah, obviously, I think Senshi was a little bit scared of docking on the blitz there because they've gone and banned her out. You know, the spearhead now being replaced by Monty. Not necessarily a bad swap. Monty, in the best of hands, can be a very strong operator, especially when paired with a team that wants to stick with a Monty. So we're back upstairs this time around. We've got some players looking to do some setup on the attacking side over here on yellow stairs, just to kind of cut off some sight lines and I guess give them a much easier push up these stairs. Castle barricades being set up, bathroom, top of spiral, cutting off some of the more popular angles to have to worry about. We've already got presence at the top of yellow. Here comes the Monty, backed up by the Ash. Out goes the smoke canister. A little bit of damage done there. Half of Doki's HP gone for that smoke. Very well played. Obviously, I think Drew was trying to initially barricade off that door with the Aurora gadget, but I think the gate there has prohibited that from going down, if I'm not mistaken. I didn't know that was a thing.
I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing either, but it does look like it's causing some issues there. We do see the gate get cleared out. But Psycho and Kylix stopping Yuji in their tracks. Doki on the Monty. Starting to get a little bit of space, but they have lost 2 players. They got to bring it back here, and Kylix takes the head off of the Monty. Here, 2v5. Inga's taking down one, but Sana with the refrag, being the sneak in a rough situation here. 1v4, getting double swung, and Psycho just clearing up the round there for Senshi's 4th defense round in a row.
Yeah, well, I mean, we weren't lying when we said that this is a very defender-sided map, and it's shown in the way that these rounds have played. Most of the attacking pushes have failed, whether it be from stalling out mid-round or just, you know, the unfortunate 1v1 losses. And yeah, very good work on Senshi's side to bring it back to a 5-5. We may actually see this one go to OT. We really need UG to get at least one attacking round in. But Senshi's defense is steadfast and strong, and I'm not seeing any cracks. They're covering each other's angles where they need to be, and they're sitting in the right positions where they need to be, and it's just working out for them in every situation.
Yeah, UG just falling a little short at every single take here. Now, last time on this site, UG were able to get all of their control, get the man advantage. They just couldn't capitalize at the end of the round. Senshi able to bring that back. So we've seen time and time again, UG able to get into the building, get that vert control. They just have to figure out how they're going to execute on the site. I do see Drew Carrymore bringing out the Maverick. That's something we haven't seen as of yet on this map, which could be potentially a free kill or a very dangerous position for Kylix on the Bandit. Might be able to get the Bandit in an early pick here through the Mav.
Yeah, we'll certainly see how it goes. Obviously, a lot of those rounds that they've turned to losses because they're not really backing each other up. But looking at Doki bringing the Monty this time, I'm hoping to see a little bit more team play out of UG this round and maybe playing off one another. It'll be great to see Drew, you know, creating this pressure, these angles, But for UG to really bring it home, they need to play better as the team, be, you know, backing each other up and not taking these 1v1s where they can potentially lose in a heartbeat. Obviously, they're looking to do... We've got Monty pushing solo into Visa, obviously just with the support of Raju on the window there, hanging out. They thought was someone, but we've also got members pushing in through the front door as well, looking to, yeah, once again, clear out this ground floor. And from what I can tell, it looks like outside of one outlier who's currently sneaking around up the top, which is Psycho there on the Legion, most of the members are downstairs. So whether or not they're going to be clearing Psycho out, or if they're just going to be focusing more on that push downstairs and Psycho's not going to be able to capitalize, or that flank is going to be insane, we'll have to wait and see.
UG just slowly taking their time getting server control at this stage. I do believe Psycho is slowly lurking near Spiral upstairs as well. They might need to watch that, as you were saying, a little bit later on. I do see Tingus Pingus still upstairs as well, but UG slowly starting to put that pressure with the Monty through construction side. You see Tori and Kylix trying to work together, making sure that Monty can't push up freely. And the C4 goes out and does down the Doki. The Monty is off the board for this round. And Senshi now in a 5-3 situation with 1 minute left, and UG, they haven't managed to really take a lot of space into sight.
Oh my goodness! What was that? The floor, the wall, floor bang? I guess he shot through the floor, gets the pick onto Drew. Not Drew there. Sorry, Paul was the one who got the kill onto Tori there, which was very well done. I think Drew also was taken off at the same time, putting UG in a 2v4 situation. It's still very strong. Essentially, they've managed to open up the wall, and it looks like they're getting ready to maybe push for a plant.
Ooh.
No. Oh, yes. Okay.
In a very dangerous
Oh
place.
no! This is Senshi. This is Senshi's round to lose. Are they gonna take it? All right, good.
Okay.
Unbelievable. Again, it just I think it all fell apart there when Doki was goyoed off from the rest of the team and just managed to get eliminated. And then I think from there it was just, again, a lot of 1v1s. I didn't see a lot of team play happening from there. They were all individually gunfighting, and they lost it. It's a strong defense where Senshi seems to be backing up each player. You know, you've got one person with another line of sight, always able to protect and help out other people. UG, on the other hand, just seems to be like, we're comfortable trying to take these fights, and they're just not winning them.
Yeah, definitely not. Things are just starting to fall apart from UG's side. They've lost 5 rounds in a row, and they have taken the tactical timeout, and that hasn't helped them on this attack side. But, are you ready? They've gone back to their tertiary site.
Yes!
Yes! Okay, but we did see UG able to get the bomb down in this round last time. And Senshi able to do a little bit of a kind of ninja defuse, which they shouldn't have been able to do last time. So this is UG's round to lose. This is match point as well for Senshi. So if UG wins a round, it'll be this round. But on Senshi's side, it looks like they're doing a similar strat they had last time. They've got the pulse again. They've also got the castle to kind of delay things, open up the walls, and they can play a little bit of vert if they aren't cleared out early on. UG though, does look like they've got the Monty again, so I have liked how the Monty's been working, how they've been able to take that space quickly.
Yeah, it's just obviously when the Monty falls, the rest of the strat seems to fall around it. I think they're relying very heavily on cutting off sight lines with the Aurora and just keeping that Monty pushing and taking ground. Obviously, without the contest, Monty can take a lot of ground very easily, very quickly. Obviously we see, are we gonna, no, they managed to get away from a barrel with the C4 gone. Tori getting the first pick onto Tingus Pingus though. And there goes the Ash. Ooh. Not necessarily a bad thing as Raiju manages to even the numbers by picking off Tori there. We've got the Monty pushing in the front. Mystique getting the pick onto Sana. It's now a 4v3. We've got the pings on the walls. These two are working. Again, working well with one another. They've just got to make sure that they can keep this strap this going, the momentum, if they can do it. If it's going to stall out, then it's probably going to be game over for UG. But again, they've got the numbers advantage. So we're just going to see Drew Carrymore picking off yet another one. Barra gone, out for the count. We've got one. Psycho playing upstairs. Not a lot happening at the moment. They seem to know where there's one on site for sure. Uncertain about the second one, but numbers advantage, even if by one, is in UG's favor. We've got the Monty feeding information through to the teammates. Mystique and Drew with the wall opening up. Alex on their own on site. Ooh. Psycho playing above. Shots are traded, but Mystique I think takes a little bit of damage. We've got smokes going out. Never mind, bouncing off the Monty shield. Oh, Drew Carrymore picking up Kylix. It's now up to Psycho holding above site. I mean, we saw a very similar situation to this on the reverse with UG on defense, but it looks like this diffuser is going to go down with no problems. They're now looking to see where they can find this last member as they're sneaking down server stairs with a little teabag there, just, you know, having a little bit of fun. It's going to be a retake and a half, especially with that Monty still in play. 27 seconds left on the clock. We've got to see some movement. Genuinely think we're looking at a UG round here. Pushing back onto site. Psycho, unaware of where any of the members are. Getting picked off by the Docky with that pistol. Absolutely insane Monty plays. Good job, UG, for bringing that round to a win. Again, as I was saying, they played off the Monty very strongly for a lot of that round, and I think that really helped them take that site, really helped them get that plant down, and really helped them hold it. So, good job, UG, there.
But we're going to overtime for our first match of the season.
You'd love to see it.
Didn't expect it, but that's what I love about this season already. Like, we can see the pressure, the competitiveness is there on both sides here. So, who will win? We do have Senshi starting on the defense, which, as we've seen the trend go, I would say then Senshi's more on an advantage because they will have 2 defense rounds in the overtime, and it does look like they want to start upstairs again. But usually they have seen this setup before multiple times. They've tried a yellow push twice. Do you reckon they might switch up the push? No. Yeah,
they've not tried to do an admin take once, or even any kind of push. It's been, I think, yeah, both times has been a yellow push for them, and obviously that hasn't been as fruitful as one would like to see. So maybe if they do switch it up, do a push from admin, maybe even push up spiral. I wouldn't know why you would do that, but hey, look, something different maybe is what UG needs to do in this scenario to take this round. If they can win an attacking round in this scenario, it's really going to put them in a very strong position moving into the next round, whether on the defense, where we've obviously seen a lot more favorable wins on that defense side. But it's a very strong lineup on the defense side. So I think UG's got their work cut out for them. They're bringing a very similar lineup on the attack with Docky on that shield, hopefully looking to see if they can get that sort of pressure and that momentum and take that ground as we see both Docky and Mystique moving over towards admin side. Whether or not they're going to be taking it, Drew seems to be droning out admin. I think we're right. It looks like it is a different push this time, which is great. Raiju opening up the window, top of spiral. We're looking to make some moves inside. I feel like this is the quickest I've seen a UG member get inside the building.
Other than the first attack round where they were all in the building in the first 30 seconds. Yeah.
That's also very true. But again, it's a different take. And I don't think Senshi's ready for this one by the looks of it. They've got people sitting over in admin, but Psycho downstairs on the smoke could potentially cause some damage here if UG isn't paying attention. Although it looks like we've got Core paying attention. Raiju holding that desk vending area, and Docky and Mystique, or Docky and Mystique, sorry, over in the admin. A lot of angles being covered, a lot of angles being pushed. Trade. Oh, shots are fired. Tingus Pingus managing to take out Helix. That's a solid opening pick for UG. Obviously, one of the top fraggers next to Psycho. It's good to see that. Oh my goodness.
Ooh.
What is...
Double kill there from Sana, and Tori taking down, but Drew with the trade. That's opening up a whole round to a 2v2 situation. What just happened there? Gunfires all left, right, and center. I do think UG got maybe backstabbed from Sana, who was playing in break room. I don't think they knew, or at least Sana, maybe complete beast over there, took down UG there on that side. We do see the shield still up, which our attacker,
used by the attacker?
Fingers, has been taken. Does Qatari know that Sana was in break? I'm not sure at this stage.
It doesn't seem to be.
I don't know if she's still in there, but diffuser is dropped in admin. This is massive for Senshi here, as we see Qatari trying to get aggressive through managers here, trying to grab the diffuser back, as Drew taking down Tori, leaving Sana in a 1v2, but Sana does have the diffuser in admin here. Can she clutch up this round? 20 seconds left. Qatari just waiting for a teammate to get there in break. Going for the double push here. Sana spotting one, taking down one with the triple, leaving it in a 1v1. 10 seconds left. This will have to be going for a kill here. Fingers does have the one kill. Able to swing and able to take down Sana. Yuji picking up their second attack round, which would be the first one in overtime. This is massive for Yuji's side here.
That was... yeah, I suppose I was gonna say outside of because it was both teams won one attacking round before overtime, so that was a nail biter. That was very close. I was genuinely expecting Sana to just be able to sit on that comfortably, but Core snuck up behind and took it by surprise and just managed to secure that victory for UG, bringing them very strongly into this next round. Considering what we know about this map being very defender sided, it's going to be a tough climb for Senshi.
Defenders. Protect your bombs from being
Definitely.
defused by
That
attackers.
was the round UG really needed, and they've got that. Now they're back to their primary site top floor, which we've seen both teams really struggling to attack, except just that last previous round. So it does look like UG have the same setup they've been running both times for their defense for top floor. They will have the shield again, I believe, as well in the vending side for the Wamai to sit there. Always a very strong place to sit, which we've seen time and time again. Senshi, they were able to clear it the first time. They struggled with the second time. So my concern is, will they be able to have enough util to clear it for a third time if they want to go for an admin take? Kind of like they were doing the opposite of UG. They've both attacked twice on the admin side. They haven't touched yellow side for this top floor. So let's see where Senshi is going to attack this time.
Well, looking at a lot of their drones, I'm seeing already some pre-placed over on that admin side, but we just saw a bunch of them running in the bottom of yellow, so I'm assuming maybe they are doing a yellow push this time, or am I... No, Monty pushing up the stairs. Here we go. Psycho's at the top, getting gassed out by Mystique, cutting off that just for a little bit, giving Senshi a little bit of time to have to think about what they're going to be doing, and maybe UG can come over and put something in place that's going to put this push to a stop. Mystique holding the shotgun in the corner. Out goes the second gas bay, but Barra gets the first pick onto Tingus. Down goes, and I'm assuming, were they on that shield? Has that shield position been cleaned out already? No. It looks like they were maybe in... Oh my... Senshi picking off Doki. We're down 5v3. It's very much looking good at the moment, but they still have to push on the site. We've got a shield sitting in this connector room here. The stare down of the ages. Barra managing to pick yet another one in a 2v5 situation. Oh, some shots onto Mystique. Not a lot. Monty's holding his ground. And there goes down. It's a 1v5. A 1v4, sorry. On the side of Senshi. Looking very strong for them. They burnt in their own fire. That's crazy. Ooh. Manages to get the pick on the Drew though, but unfortunately gets picked off by Tori. We're seeing the script flip now. Attacking seems to be a lot easier when these they've deviated away from their usual attack strats. We had admin push Senshi. Now they went yellow and won that like it was nothing. Same with UG. They were doing yellow. They went admin. And while that one was a little bit more close, they still managed to win that. So we're bringing it to what I believe is the final round. Unless there's no unlimited overtime, I'm assuming.
No, this is the final round.
This is the final round.
We'll decide who wins this match. This has gone all the way. First match here, which, yeah, I think the swap of the attack completely flipped the script from the defense side here. But
really did.
We'll see here. So Senshi opting to go basement for the last round for their defense. We saw the first time they were able to clutch it up with the man disadvantage, but then the second time were extremely dominant. on this basement side here. It does look like they've changed up their operator selection a lot. There's no electricity. There is no tuber rail either. They've brought a Thorn. They've brought a Warden. So potentially looking for a really aggressive and flexible play here this round. UG, on the other hand, they are bringing the Monty once again. They aren't bringing a lot of verts, so they might be looking for either a horizontal take or all pushing together behind that Monty side.
Yeah, I think it's really going to come down to what side they opt to push here, because obviously the last time when they tried to do the server backtake, it didn't quite work out for them, with Doki getting split from the rest of the team and being taken out, the spearhead removed quite effectively there. Looks like we do have more of a yellow side push for Garage. We got some maybe top-down clearing going. Although I think I just saw someone from the Senshi side drop down from top floor. So maybe they were aware that they were trying to do that push and didn't want to get caught with their pants down.
Definitely possible, but UG taking their time, making sure they're getting droned in. I do see two people on UG droning at the same time. And it looks like they're going for a top floor down clear. As we see Drew taking some shots, making sure no one's lurking with this vote play. But yeah, as you were saying, I think the Senshi players have fallen off early here. Just wanting to opt for the man advantage later in the round, rather than the early aggression.
Yeah, I mean, look, if it's like other rounds, we're going to be seeing Senshi covering a lot of angles on one another, and I think that was a really smart play to have that fallback, so that way you do have that man advantage on site. Even just knowing what we know, the pressure of there possibly being somebody up top has already made UG waste a minute into this round. With the Monty, Doki pushing through, clearing out as much space as possible, but doesn't know that they're coming up on... Well, Barra was just trading shots there with, I believe, Drew. Monty now having to go for the push as Barra retreats back down server stairs into servers.
Does look like UG have taken all of the piano side that they want. They've managed to see that there's nothing on the wall as well. I believe Mystique has gone or is going to open the wall on that side of things, as we see them all starting to rotate towards the wall, and we see Atari opening up the hatch as well. So it does look like we're going for a garage take here. The last minute of the first match in the last round here, starting to get that vert control, but it is still a 5v5. 45 seconds left. It's going to be hella chaotic in the last 40 seconds here. As we see UG, still a lot of players upstairs. We do see Monty now starting to push the breach as well. Shots getting taken here and there. Mystique starting to take some shots from Kylix, not able to confirm the kill. Kylix on the prone ground, but time is ticking. 20 seconds left. Raiju taking down Barra, but shots getting taken back. Sana with the refrag. Shots going back and forth. Mystique with the Kylix, leaving it a 4v3. The plant is starting to go down from Doki. The vert cover is there as well, but Doki getting taken down. 7 seconds left. The plant is not down. Mystique forced the plant in an unfavorable situation, but the vert control is there, and Senshi will be taking the first map. 8-7. What a match. No.
Oh,
wow.
My goodness. What did we just see at the end there? That 5v5 in the last 40 seconds of the map coming out in Senshi's favor. Again, wow, we had operators from Senshi up above piano after UG spent like a minute and a half clearing that entire top floor. I'm so... that was...
The last second takes, the last second plays. That was so chaotic there.
That was... Oh... My brain hasn't even caught up with how that one went.
That was a wild match to see. We were seeing really defender-sided, but at the end there was attacker defense just to round it off. But hey, that was our first match on Consulate, UG and Senshi. But stay tuned, everyone, because we have a second match coming with the same teams as well. So it is a little bit of a weird best of two, but we will see what map is coming and what is to come. But we saw full overtime first match. We might get it in the second. So everyone stay tuned and we'll be right back. Hello and welcome back to the Season 3 of the Phoenix League, which is a women's and gender diverse competitive league in the Oceanic region. So, we did just see Senshi take down Yuji in a very close 8-7 match of Consulate, which, did you have any highlight or comments based on that match that we saw just before?
So many to even pick. I don't even know where to start. The defender-sided nature of all of it, only for it to swap up right at the end in overtime and have attacking round after attacking round be the ones that won, absolutely floored me. It was good to see them have the ability to swap their strategies on the fly when they realized something wasn't working, even if it took 2 rounds of trying the same thing for them to push and do something different, and then it worked. And it was just, yeah, you never expect to see Consulate played that way, just like with attackers just wiping the floor. So it was great to see that. Plus, just all of the clutch rounds from both teams, whether it be Core in the very first defending round, getting that plant top from the top, amazing work, all the way over to them. Senshi on the defending side as well, just cleaning the floor for those first 5 rounds before OT.
Yeah, definitely. It was very close with so many high stake rounds, so many clutches, so many missed opportunities. But we do get to see another match between these teams, which we will go on to the map bans for the, because it's weird to do a best of 2 map ban, but also we're taking these as an individual best of 2 matches kind of thing. So as we see, don't worry, there's no double ups of Bank and Consulate this time. We have no Clubhouse. Wait, but we do have a Clubhouse. Interesting. So they banned Clubhouse, but we're going to Clubhouse. But I can confirm we are going to Clubhouse as our map. I'm not sure what's happening. We're still trying to sort out the map veto system on the maps, on the graphics side of things. But that is A-okay. We are going to Senshi starting on the defense and Yuji starting on the attack. Yes.
I believe that's correct. I haven't seen evidence that supports otherwise.
Okay, we'll go with that. Yahoo! So, Clubhouse, what are we expecting for maybe some bans? What are we expecting for some gameplays? We did see a few from Yuji's side. Do you think they'll translate towards Clubhouse?
Yeah, look, it really depends. I think obviously we've had some player swap outs for this particular match as well. I believe on the side of UG, we've had Doki swap out with Ailey's, if I'm not mistaken, and on Senshi's side, we've had Sana drop out for Cats. So different playstyles may come into this game in general. Obviously, Doki being very big with those shield plays in the first match, we may not see the shields get banned as prevalently anymore. Obviously, seeing the first bans, a very common staple for Clubhouse is that Azami ban. Although there is the Blitz ban as well. Maybe Senshi's just still scared on the side of UG's shield plays.
Yeah, definitely. The Mav ban as well. I can kind of see why people would do that through Clubhouse. It does tend to be, we really need to get through a certain wall or walls to actively attack a site, which if we want to play the mini game of bandit tricking, cage tricking for Tuberel, the Mav ban makes a lot of sense to ban off. So I think Senshi, as we see, they are bringing the bandit as well. Kylix on the bandit, but Barrow also on the mute. So they want to be able to stop these walls from getting open, which Mav off the board, I think, helps them a little bit more.
Especially now, well, actually, not having the Mav on the board is going to tremendously help Senshi with holding that wall. Just any of the walls, whether it be the CC wall or even Spar wall in this case. They're not going to be having to worry so much about that pressure as long as we've got Kylix on the bandit and that Barra stopping, the mute jam is stopping any kind of drone or attempt to get in to destroy those bandit batteries, and obviously paired with the castle to make sure that Jim is secure. The double layering to give that bandit the opportunity to keep that wall closed is going to make this attack a little bit difficult on UG's side.
Yeah, definitely. We do see Senshi starting off Gym Bedroom. It does look like they've also reinforced off Cash side, so they want to play a long horizontal play on this site here, which we do see Yuji starting to try and get a bit more information on the breach, which we see the mute jammer there covering Kylix as well from any Flores drones. But we do see Mystique in the pocket there with an EMP potentially ready to go, as we see here. And we see Flores also on the roof there, potentially ready to cause some bandits some issues.
Oh,
Oh, bandit trick 1 goes. And I think the second bandit trick also goes.
yeah, beautiful tricking
So,
there. And down to
Kylix
one
able to
Selma
take down
charge.
2. Yeah.
We've got a nice spread out from the Senshi defense. Oh, the last Selma's gone out, thrown possibly a little bit high. It looks like we're going to have a Vault rotate on that spar wall, which anybody who knows anything about Siege knows that, you know, Vault rotates are usually not the best kind of rotates you want to be making, especially when it comes to the fast-paced nature of how a gunfight can turn sour in not but a second. But we've got Raiju sitting here on central stairs, getting ready for a push up, checking Logi, no contacts. Seemingly just sitting quite comfortably, although we do have Kylix sitting in gold there. Oh, manages to get picked off by Raiju there. Unfortunate for the bandit. We've got wall open, angles being held, although it is again in the favor of Senshi. If they can maintain this wall with a mirror and not have anybody flank in behind, it's a strong position to hold. Bathroom and the Vault rotate again, like I said, not in anyone's favor on the attacking side.
Attacking side, 45 seconds left as well, and they have almost no utility left. You see Flores drone going out there, but I think that's all Flores drones gone in a 3v4 situation. 35 seconds left, and they haven't got any control in the building, I believe, at the moment. We do see 2 members outside Spa trying to get aggressive in the short side near the bathroom. Barra able to shut down Haley though, leaving just Mystique and Katari in a 2v4. 15 seconds left. Mystique trying to get some shots up in the bathroom here, trying to take down Psycho, but Psycho takes it down instead. And Cass cleaning up the round on Kortari. And that is a very solid round from Senshi there to open up Clubhouse, the second map.
Very beautiful defense done there by Senshi. I think, you know, being able to get rid of 2 of those Selma charges really helped them. And obviously the UG side, not so much, you know, done on that spar wall with the rotate there. Again, being a Vault rotate makes it very hard to do any kind of solid push when your sound cues give you away very solidly with a mirror still sitting there as well. So genuinely very good hold there by Senshi. Let's see if UG can maybe mix it up and bring home around here on the basement site. Again with the mirror. Beautiful.
Definitely. As we see, basement site is extraordinarily strong, particularly with the Cade up on the board. They have the Valkyrie as well, which we have seen Barra use quite effectively in previous seasons, so I think that's quite a pocket pick for her. And we still see the mirror up as well, so another really difficult
10 seconds remaining.
operator and utility to get through, particularly in the later stages of the round, which basement you can hold for a very long time, and as time ticks down, it's going to be very difficult for you to get through.
Yeah, for sure. And obviously during that prep phase, we noted quite a few drones on the top floor, so UG, I think, are going to be looking to do a top-down clear, although outside of some ground floor presence, I'm not seeing much in the way of top floor hold by Senshi. Barra, obviously with those Valk cams, can offer a lot of intel without much need to expose themselves or the team. The defending side of Senshi, although I believe we did just see somebody for a moment up in the rafters of Garage, which is...
I believe it was Cass.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yes.
So we do have some top floor presence, but the first pick goes to Barra on the Valkyrie there, picking off that Ash. I don't know if we were trying to go for a little rush there or something, but that did not work out in their favor whatsoever. Again, Cass sitting up here in cash room. Maybe here's some noise, not 100% sure. Gonna hold this top floor like it's their home. Nobody is crossing that line as long as Cass is sitting up here in rafters. That's fantastic. What type of push we've got going on the UG side, though, I'm not 100% sure. They've got some presence down there in stock and maybe trying to push for kitchen hatch as well. Ailey's solo pushing in through dirt. That's interesting. I'm assuming they're on their own. We've got the fuse in kitchen, making some noise, causing some ruckus. Let's see if we can get a capitalization on this from UG side.
I think this would be actually a really good time to point out that we have 2 substitutions of players in both sides. So we have Haley's subbing in for, I believe it was Doki from last game, and then we have Cass now subbing out Sana for Senshi's side. So a little bit of a change up on both sides. So both teams have a little bit of a disadvantage, advantage. It will depend on the game, on how this flows, but UG really starting to try and get kitchen hatch, but we do see the K trying to K trick it. Haley's just waiting for the prime opportunity to sneak through dirt, as we just see a wave, but nothing going yet. And we do see the hatch was actually K tricked as well, so kitchen hatch has not been open. UG now scrambling to try and figure out a way how they're actually going to execute with 30 seconds left.
Yeah, 30 seconds left on the clock, and we've got operators all over the place. Senshi with a full 5 still on the board. It looks like Haley's is trying to make something happen here, but being shot at from 2 different angles is making it very hard for her to make any kind of headway. Tori picking up through elsewhere on the map, and Haley's going down there to Kylix. Amazing work there by Barry and Kylix holding that double angle. Psycho picking off Mystique, brings it down to a 1v5. Tingus, Pingus, Cortari stuck down here. Central stairs, the little weapon inspect, little cigar. Saving that KD, I guess. And that is a defender round again to Senshi.
Basement site though, very difficult to get through, which we
Very
also saw the
difficult.
Aruni barrack, like gates as well on those hatches. So even more util that usually really needs to get through before even attempting an execute, which we saw Senshi able to just play off their util, not worry about anything. Ooh, tech pause has been called, but
Early
I
tech
don't
pause.
know.
On a tech pause, not a sorry.
Yeah, tech.
Not a tech
Which
timeout.
doesn't
Maybe
look
it's
like that has gone through. We will find out what the plan is. We might go back to our faces.
Next round, okay.
Oh,
We're doing it next round.
then
We'll
we'll
do
do it
it
next
live.
round. We'll see how it goes. Okay.
Yeah, that downstairs site is absolute killer when you're dealing with a Cade, an Aruni, and a Mira. There's so much there to cut off any kind of push from any direction, and we saw that in just how well Senshi held that side. It was very well executed on the Senshi side. Moving
But we
back
have
upstairs.
now gone to the tertiary side, Cash and CC, which
That's 7, by
this
the way.
does tend to be the third side everyone picks, or the weaker side, because once you take Garage as the attackers, it's extraordinarily hard as the defenders to be able to retake that. So usually it's a hold your life until you die on the Raptor side of things. Maybe get another person as well to help pull low on that side. Which we do see on Senshi side, they have brought the Wamai as well as the Jaeger to really make it the attacker's side life very difficult. But we also have the mirror on the main wall here, so might be looking to do some tricking
Ooh!
on the wall. But the Twitch able to pick up the one on red, not the one on the blue one. But
I thought it was the
Psycho.
one on the...
yeah, it almost was, but I think Psycho opened that up for herself so she can really deny any push on Yuji's side.
Looks like they're still pushing to get that wall open. Haley's on the ace there. Gonna try and get something done. Nothing really in the pocket aside from a couple frag grenades to help UG with that rafter control, which we obviously see Cass holding with their dear life. Although, granted, with the utility we've got, I'm not expecting there to be too much they're going to have to worry about. Second attempt now to get the wall. Out goes the last Selma charge.
Ooh.
And Mystique and Raiju getting picks apiece, bringing it down to a 5v3. That third Selma charge manages to get off, giving them an opening into sight. We've got Cass still holding rafters. Out goes a... Oh my goodness, some shot traded there on Tingus, but no down or elimination, unfortunately. Cass still steadfast, holding that holding the rafters. Gonna be very hard, even with the main breach relatively open, for them to take this rafter push. As long as Cass can hold.
UGR surrounding the side at the moment. We see 2 members also on construction side, so they might opt for a bit more of a flood side of things. So we see Qatari as well as one other member. Looking to try
Ooh.
test, but here, that's the perfect trade there. Mystique able
Yep.
to instantly trade out Cass when Cass killed Qatari, opening up Rafters completely. We see Raiju taking down Tori as well, leaving Kylix in a 1v4, which able to take down Hylie. Mystique was down, but able to pick up again, but Raiju just shutting down Kylix. That was the perfect trade there from UG's side. They sacrificed one to then get the frag on the Rafters player, completely opening up that side. And then they had the refrag as well as the other on the construction side.
Yeah, for sure. That was definitely a worthy trade there. Getting that Rafters player down really helped them to be able to push. And like you said, once attackers have control of that Rafter site, it's done. You're practically done. So good round there by UG on the attacking side. Obviously, we're just having a little bit of a tech pause now. Hopefully, we won't be delayed for too long. But seeing what we've seen in the first 3 rounds now, how are you feeling about both sides? Obviously, it's too early to tell with regards to what UG is going to be doing on the defending side, but they're obviously being able to pull something out to win that last round there. So whether that just be tertiary site luck or whether or not they're actually pulling something together, we'll find out.
Well, what I would say is like what we saw in the previous game as well was that the setups for the defense side were very similar when coming back to it. So what that technically means is on the attacking side, particularly UG's side for the gym, bedroom, and basement side here, that the setups might be quite similar. They did use Mira in both. They did have the Cade. They did have the Bandit. So with those are the bands I would think might go through for UG side when going for the attack. For Senshi side, though, maybe the Ace band. Ace was used in a lot of those things, trying to get rid of a extra wall denial. I could definitely see that going through, making sure those walls get closed for longer, forcing them to be a bit more on the closer side of things. Those are definitely the things I can see. We did see UG able to really pick off Senshi on that tertiary site, the CC and cash side. I had to chuck it in there again, the tertiary one. But anyway, but like that's always a good sign that the attackers know exactly what they're doing and they were able to kind of utilize all the gaps and the issues with the third side to get that attack roll. So I think this will be a very competitive map.
Clubhouse tends to be, which is good. You see it because obviously being one of the older maps in the game, even with its changes over the last couple of years, like, you know, when it had its rework, players still tend to know Clubhouse like the back of their hand. So it's played very, very flatly across both teams. I imagine have very similar strats and ways to attack. There's not a lot of spice to throw into the mix, so it's just how well the defending team can push off that attack and vice versa, how well the attack can, you know, pierce into that defense as to whether or not it's going to be one team or the other winning.
Yeah, definitely. But we'll be right back in a second. The tech pause might be a little bit longer, so we're going to go to a little bit of a break. So stay tuned and we'll be right back. Catch you in a sec. Hello and welcome back to our clubhouse, which we just have a little bit of a tech pause for this match, but we are back and we are having a UG timeout immediately after. Interesting. So what we can do and what I see is we can just pause it after the UG timeout. It'll be fine. So yeah, I'd imagine this is a error for the timeout side of things. So we'll just keep going. It's all fine. But Clubhouse, we've seen the first half, which Senshi's on the defense, which they went gym, then basement, then cash, which UG able to clutch up. Well, not even clutch up. They were completely dominant on that last attack round on CC's side. So what do you think we'll see in the next half, Nug, for this Senshi half?
Well, considering we're going to be seeing, the gym site come back into play, which again, it looks like they are going to be doing a CC cash room site again. Maybe looking to change up things, but it seems relatively similar in terms of lineup. Obviously, we've got a Malusi on the board now instead of the... Actually, I completely forgot. I was going to say Wamai, but Wamai is also in play by Cass there, so I imagine they're going to be very strongly holding that rafter position. Whether or not we're going to be having the wall open this time or not, I think is really going to come down to the picks over here on the attacker side. Obviously, this time they're opting with Ace banned off the board to bring Haley's on that Thermite, but they also don't have a Thatcher, which I guess makes sense. Never mind, as I said it, Mystique has swapped off of Flores to Thatcher. So I personally think we might see a very similar round when we saw before the tech pause, maybe favoring UG, unless I'm missing something and maybe you with your expert knowledge can see something that I don't in regards to this lineup on the defending side that makes them think they might have a better time defending this side this time.
Well, they're definitely going a bit more aggressive with the Legion and the Malusi. So covering a bit more information, making sure no one can lurk, which we did see Dingus Pingus going below to do some vert, which we do see once again, Barrett getting caught off guard completely with Cortari taking her head off to start open this round.
Very early pick there. 30 seconds into the round.
Yes, that is very unfortunate for Senshi, but UG able to get that early pick here.
A little bit of an exchange there between Barra and Tingus Pingus in the chat. Wondering why
we gotta
someone's laying
love
down.
the chat here. Everyone's very lovely, very friendly. Otherwise, fire getting sent off. But UG really getting aggressive through that master side and suicide window. Yeah.
Cass again holding this rafter position, trying to make sure that they don't lose this side. I think it's very imperative that if they lose rafters, they very well could lose the round again. They've managed to get the wall open. Obviously working between Mystique and Haley's, that Thermite. I was able to open the wall with little to no problems, as I don't believe there was an attempt to bandit trick on that particular wall. So we've got one sight line open, and they're looking to hopefully see if they can't get this rafter player pushed off and give the attacking side a little bit of an easier time pushing through. That being said, the pincer attack. Oh my goodness. Oh, sorry, that wasn't what it was. Tingus downstairs.
It looked like it, but...
I thought Drew just pulled off something immaculate. Just some shots traded. That's fine. Cass, there goes. Obviously, we had the Pingus clear out that rafter player, and now it's very much looking like this round could just be a repeat of what we saw before. I'm not 100% sure how the two players remaining are going to be able to hold this site in any way that's going to allow them to win the round. But hey, let's see if they surprise us. 44 seconds left on the clock, 2 on rafters. We've got Kylix holding this cash, holding the rotate, in with the C4. Tori holding the breach, as Haley's is outside of it. Lance is going down, Mystique in default, but Kylix pushes and gets that diffuser down. Now a 3v2. All they need to do is keep the diffuser on the ground. Tingus taking some damage there. Kylix also taking some damage. Haley swings in, but Tori gets the kill there. 2v2 situation. Diffuser has been picked up. Tingus manages to take out Kylix, but then gets down. It is... Wait. Yeah, it's a 1v1, really. And Drew UG manages to bring that back. That was honestly very much looking like it was swaying in the way of Senshi, but UG just managed to bring it back. very solid round.
Yeah, definitely. That was looking really dire for Senshi there. It was a 5v2, I believe. Um, but as we see here, it looks like the sites are locked and I'm not sure what's happening. Obviously, with new customs are being a little weird. So we will pop up on your screens and sort that out behind the scenes. But once again, UG very dominant with that early picks. They managed to get all the vert, but Senshi really patient on the last bit using and trying to get those 1v1 picks at the very end, and they were able to close the round. I think Kylo swinging out and stopping that diffuse plant was a dominant part of that round that got Senshi that win.
For sure. Yeah, no, couldn't agree more. Obviously, it looked very heavy-handed towards UG, but even though there were only 2 members left on that Senshi side, they managed to bring it down to what was a 1v1.
Yes. UG did win that round, though.
Yes, UG did win the round. Yeah.
Yes, UG
I was gonna say, did I say that wrong?
I was like, wait, did I say? No, but like, yeah, even though they brought it down to the 1v1, which should not have technically been possible with UG's man advantage there. But UG, they were able to clean up the round there, which once again, CCTV tertiary side. I'm not sure if that was chosen or if there was an issue behind the scenes about the rounds and side locking. Well, the admins and stuff will sort that out for this side of things. But even so, it looks like UG starting to work together, get those early picks and really snowball these rounds.
Yeah, 100%. Like I said, a lot of what I felt was wrong with the way UG was playing in the first map was that they were doing a lot of solo pushes, 1v1s, and losing those fights. And obviously, as we've seen within the first 4 rounds here, they're starting to work more cohesively as a team. They're playing off of one another and making sure that they're not pushing solo. And so when they have circumstances where there's a crossfire, even if one person gets eliminated, the other one gets that pick, as we've seen with Rafter now twice. They were able to clear Rafters out with no problem and then go attack that site. So it's good to see them finally playing a little bit more as a team, and that's I'm hoping to see more of the further we go into this match, because I genuinely think that that's going to work out for them in their favor. That's not to say that I think that Senshi did bad in that round. Again, a 2v5 situation to bring it down to a 1v1 is very impressive. It's just unfortunate that the 1v1 fight came out in favor of UG for that round.
Yeah, definitely. But it does look like we're going to go to a rehost again. I apologize for these breaks here, but we will be right back once again. So make sure to get some drinks, get some tea and biscuits, because we'll be right back and there's a lot to come. Catch you in a sec. Okay, welcome back to round 4 of Clubhouse, which is our second map for Phoenix League, which, for those who don't know, Phoenix League is a women's and gender diverse competitive scene in the Oceanic region, which today is day 1, which we're up to match 2, which obviously it was not updated to the players. Okay, let me take it through the stream so I can update you what has happened and why things have happened. So we ran through the first 3 rounds, in which the rounds and the sites were locked from rounds 1 instead of rounds played. So we went there, changed the settings, but what happened last time, we played the 4th round where Senshi didn't want to play on CCTV, so we've decided to scrap that round. So round 4 did not count previously, and that's why we've gone for the remake here, which things weren't translated necessarily to all the players here, which is why we've got this situation occurring at the moment. But we are going to go and go back to round 4. So round 4 previously did not count. We're going to redo round 4, and the sites are not going to be locked. So yeah, a little bit of drama on our side. We do apologize on that, but hey, it wouldn't be Siege. It wouldn't be a new Siege season as well without any technical difficulties. So we will continue on this side of things. But hey, we're round 4 again. What are we expecting on round 4?
It just means more Siege. That's the way I look at it. You know, more rounds played. I'm always keen to see some teams that are really good go up against one another. So round 4, as I mentioned prior, I believe they're obviously not going to go cash CC, as we've noted. They were locked into that. We were looking to see a gym bedroom, which I think they held a hell of a lot better than, obviously, you know, the cash CC site. So I'm expecting to maybe see another round in Senshi's pocket, but obviously with the removal of some of the key players that would help UG push that site, specifically your aces and whatnot as well. We I think we're gonna definitely see a Senshi win for this round for sure.
Yeah, definitely. But we have seen UG getting the momentum back. Obviously, it was the tertiary side, so they were more likely to win, just statistically speaking, of course. Which, hey, that momentum changed the coordination there, which we did see 2 round wins, even though 1 was a fake round. Don't worry about that one. But they were getting their momentum back, so it'd be intriguing to see how they go for the second up. As I said, they've seen the strats already that Senshi's pulled off. Can they do the counter stratting? That's what we'll find out.
It's a massive chess game that is Siege. Are they going to be able to predict the moves? Are they going to be able to put things in play that'll prevent it from happening? I'm excited to see what happens. If we get something different, I'm not going to complain, because genuinely, as long as we're seeing insane Siege, there's nothing better.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, this might take a little bit of time, so let's think of everything else we can kind of think about on this side. Which, hey, we've seen the Blitz ban on Senshi side, so I think they were a little concerned about how the shields were being played in the first map side of things. But we have seen it was Doki who was playing the Monty more often here and there, which we have seen Doki has been switched out for Haley at the moment for their substitute player, just because of behind the scenes timing, and we wanted to get 2 matches in at this stage. So I think, I don't know if that was more a waste ban just because it was more so, or it's just better to be safe than sorry for that Blitz ban.
Yeah, look, I thought the same thing when I saw that ban go through. Obviously, in the last match, we saw Doki playing both Monty and Blitz for the 1 round that she was allowed to play Blitz before they were banned. Whether or not they weren't aware that the players had changed, or if they just thought that there was somebody else on that roster that could fill that role and be that spearhead to help UG push sites, I'm not 100% sure. I personally feel like it was maybe a bit of a wasted ban on their behalf, but when we're looking at the scoreboard and it's 2 rounds to Senshi versus 1 to UG, maybe there's a story still to be told, whether or not shields are just not within the repertoire from the rest of UG and they're just going to focus on whatever is going to work for them.
Okay, but as we see more tech issues, we are just trying to sort out things behind the scenes. So another intermission. I know, number 3 intermission, but I promise we will get to the game shortly. So stay tuned. Once again, you can now go for your dessert and your extra supper. But hey, we'll be going back. We'll be good, and we'll be back real soon. So stay tuned.
Oh,
Okay. So round 4 of round 4.
we're back.
We got
Round
this.
4.
We're back.
We've scrapped
Okay,
it. We're redoing
just-
it. Ban phase
Everyone's
is back.
had a little nap. Everyone's got their snacks. Everyone made a massive cup of tea, had their entire dinner, but we are here and we are ready to go.
I got a juice box.
Oh, hell yeah. I made a cup of tea.
Little apple
Earl
juice
Grey.
box.
But
Earl Grey,
the
look at
band's
you.
going through. Mirror, ace. Oh, what a surprise! Wait,
What?
we're good.
No way.
Okay. As I see, thankfully, gym and bedroom is not locked anymore.
Woo!
Yahoo!
We've
We
made
are
progress.
continuing on with this match. Which, as we see, and we have a look at these operator band picks at the moment, I do see a pulse coming out, which there wasn't a pulse previously, so something slightly different. Never mind. Why do I even mention it? It always gets changed. I should just not talk about operators until they're locked in. That's
No,
for sure.
I'm the same way.
Attackers need to
Every time
locate
I've tried
and
to say
defuse
something,
the
it gets
bomb
swapped out. I'm like, why do I bother? But now we've got it locked in. We're on gym bedroom. This is what we wanted to see before. We got the rewipe starting now. Here it comes. We've got Castle, we've got Bandit, we've got Jaeger, Mute, and Legion on the defending side. So I'm looking, I guess, to see a pretty basic setup, pretty stock standard. Getting rid of that gas pipe. I don't know anybody who plays with that gas pipe still on that section there. Like if you play this map
Attackers
and it's
discover
there,
the location
get
of
rid
a
of it.
It's a bit of a questionable place. I don't know why Ubisoft decided to go with that. Maybe
I
they were
suppose if you-
cooking up with some ideas.
Yeah,
quite
if you're not
literally.
playing on that site, maybe it's good, but
Attackers are heading out to
otherwise,
defuse
yeah.
the bomb.
Get it
But
out.
we're here and now. We do see Senshi reinforcing off CC's side, and Cass will be playing in rafters, so really trying to deny UG entry on that garage side. But we do see on our UG side, we have a Ram and a Buck. Interesting picks for upstairs side here. What do you reckon it'll be used for?
I'm thinking, obviously, Ram probably just wants to make some. Well, I mean, look, this
Okay.
is maybe not what I expected it to be, but if they're looking to do something like play underneath in kitchen and have that vert to be able to get anybody sitting in gold, that might be the play what I'm seeing there. So Tingus Pingus is probably going to head down into kitchen, see if she can't pick anybody who's holding Logi gold, that kind of side of the map. Buck, I'm not really 100% sure. Probably, again, just some more vert play. We can see them already running around on the ground floor, setting up claymores and getting things sorted. There's all the vert openings. And here's what I would have expected. I would have thought maybe we were going to see the Zofia to open up the castles to help get that wall up, but I suppose they're just really relying on the Thermite Thatcher duo as per usual. But Kylix is there trying to go for the trick and does manage to get the first exothermic charge, leaving them with only one in pocket. Whether or not they're going to be able to get the wall open, I'm not 100% sure. They're going to try for it. Maybe, maybe not. Walls are
I think they
re-electrocuted.
might
Would
be waiting to see if they can get some extra space open or the castle barricade. Doesn't look like they want to immediately attempt another one. But as I
No.
say that, things
Here we
going
go.
up.
They're
But
going to let the wall go. Ooh.
the aggression up from Raju trying to catch the bandit off, which it does actually in fact get the bandit off the wall, but obviously Raju gets taken down by Psycho, opening up the round. But there is only a minute left and they've only just managed to open up that outer wall.
Yeah, a lot of time wasted so far, and with a lot of like verticality in favor of UG playing from below. I'm curious as to see what kind of push we're going to see here from UG, if we're going for a stock standard gym plant or something along those lines. Kylix picking off Mystique though, bringing it to a 3. There's what I expected to see from the Ram, which is Tingus Pingus getting the kill on Psycho from below in kitchen. Pretty much a stock standard Ram play, but it works so wonderfully. And because when do you ever really think that you're going to get shot from below? In a lot of vertical situations, you're usually expecting to get shot from above. So it's good to see the Ram being utilized there. Obviously, we've got 18 seconds left on the clock. Not a lot of time for UG to make a move. It's a 3v4 situation with Haley's on site going for the plant, but does get picked off by the bandit played by Kylix. It is now a 1v4. Drew having to rush upstairs with 5 seconds left on the clock. It's not looking good. I don't think we're going to have any hope of getting this plant down. And that's it. A timer brings Senshi to winning round 4. So, as we saw, definitely changing it up from, you know, the previous rounds. It's not a 2-2. We wiped that. It's now 3-1 in favor of Senshi.
I really like the use of that ram there. Just it's very unusual, as you were saying, to use the ram from above and then get shot from below. Very unique strategy there from Tingus Pingus. Um, which we did see them go for a lot of it in gym, and they completely cleared out gym, but they did struggle to then clear out master side here, which is where I think the highway or the balcony outside where the master window is, the gym window is, that's where those crosses can be made and cause a little
Attackers need
bit
to
more
locate
issues,
and
which
defuse
I
the
do
bomb.
believe they ran through the breach side of things later on, but they weren't using the windows to really pressure
No.
Senshi, which is always the danger of not going and clearing cache side. You have all those windows are quite dangerous to play if you want to clear them at all. So usually they were trying a different strategy, trying to go for the vert play, which they did get a lot of space, but they couldn't get into the site and couldn't utilize what they had, all that space that they had taken. But I do see UG. They are cooking. They are getting there. They are getting those
seconds left
entry
before
picks, but they
insertion.
just can't close out the last rounds, which we have noticed a trend on
5
both
seconds
sides and
remaining.
both teams.
Mhm.
They do tend to be a bit more comfortable on the defense side,
Attackers
which we do
objective
see
is to locate a
Senshi.
bomb and
They're
defuse
going
it.
back down to the basement again, and they have the Cade up once again that they are going to be using, which UG side, they've brought the fuse again, so to see if they can try blow up that Cade claw
Yeah.
and the Cade along the way, maybe.
Yeah, no Rooney on the board this time, so hopefully getting those hatches open, especially with the use of a fuse there, should hopefully be a little bit of an easier task for UG. Obviously, Mira also being off the board, a lot of that map pressure and control of even just having a Mira in place is gone. So it'll be interesting to see how UG wants to push this round, whether or not we're just going to be, clearing top, or if there's no one even up top, which at the moment it doesn't actually look like. We've already got bar control on the side of UG, and the hatch is being opened into Moto, creating some false pressure, or yeah, just pressure in general. We've got Kylix sitting underneath, saving the core from the Cade, not the Cade, sorry, the fuse. Let's say saving it from himself. That's not quite how that works. Waiting for anything to happen, but we've just got some drone work going on right now. They're not really 100% sure where a lot of the members of Senshi are hiding at the moment, so they're playing quite cautiously, which is not necessarily a bad thing. But a minute and a half or two, a minute and a half into the round, and we've not seen a lot in terms of gunfights between the teams. So Raiju stepping in a goo needle there, taking some unnecessary damage. You might want to pull that out. There you go. Get that needle out of you. And pushing down central stairs. What are we going to see happening here from UG?
Actually, Psycho on the Bell cam at the moment. The cam is in central stairs, so there is eyes on that player at the bottom. We have C4 in hand. The C4 does go out and downs Raiju, but Raiju is Finker, so maybe able to pick herself up, but no, Tori able to finish her off. But Senshi just wasting time at the moment. Barra taking down Mystique as well, and things are starting to crumble on UG's side, as I believe Senshi has retaken kitchen hatch side, or even the kitchen side as well.
Yeah.
And they're starting to get instant from all different angles here.
What happening? And Barra does go down to Haley's. Haley's managing to get rid of the operator holding that kitchen. But now, 30 seconds left on the clock. They still need to have a way to get downstairs. They've got Moto H open, so whether or not they're going to be doing a drop and pushing for church site. Tori picking off Drew, bringing it to a 2v4. Tori does get downed in the process, though. Whether or not Tingus Pingus is going to be able to capitalize on that, as Psycho sneaks up from behind and manages to take out Tingus. It's now up to Haley's in a 1v4 situation with 8 seconds on the clock, but I'm looking at it, and it does not look to be in the favor of UG, giving Senshi another round in their pocket. Pass the final elimination of that round onto Haley's.
Very dominant play there by Senshi. UG, I think, once again, they have a clear plan to get in the building and able to take the space. But that mid-round, I think they, once again, but it is basement side as well. Basement itself is quite hard to get through, particularly with a Cade on the board, as well as all the information, the cameras from the Valkyrie. It is one of the more difficult sites to attack, particularly if all of Senshi, all 5 players are up on the board, which we did see a couple of them starting to roam to, and just holding that garage side. But UG not opting to try and clear them, just trying to go for that minimal take through
Defenders, protect your
bar
bombs from
through
being
the strip
defused by
club side,
attackers.
which they were able to start getting the hatches open, but because they hadn't cleared that util, that's where Senshi started to shine in that round.
Yeah, of course. And I mean, Senshi even as well with their roamers, you know, Goyo managing to take back control of Kitchen, even if it was for, you know, 20 seconds. And then obviously we had Psycho on the Legion sneak up back around as well to finish off Haley's. Like, they just had a really good presence elsewhere on the map, and they were able to capitalize on that quite effectively, really just pushing any momentum that UG had to a halt. So
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, definitely. But we are up to the tertiary side, which we saw
5 seconds
UG win twice in that false round, but they know how to attack this site and really go for that vert play, which we do see Tingus Pingus once again on the buck. They've been very powerful on those vert angles here. But I do see Cass playing below in lounge. It does look like she wants to hold below as long as possible, which I do like this Drew Carrymore pick on Jackal, particularly going from the opposite side of the map to potentially pick up any lurkers, any roamers on master side. So really just trying to collapse all around the site, get a few early picks, and then go from there.
yeah, I mean, look, obviously we can already see UG with Tingus Pingus having this push through main front door to try and take that lounge control, see if they can't get this bandit off the wall to help open up, even if it is the fact that they've got the Thatcher Thermite combo to be able to do that. Whether or not anything is going to come from that, because we did see, obviously, that Cass was playing down below. Whether or not she's retreated back to site and is now playing rafters, I'm not 100% sure. But as a move gets made here, Haley's is attempting to get the wall open. If they get this wall open, it's going to help UG a little bit with pressure. They're still going to have to worry about that rafters player, which is Cass now. She has rotated around from lounge to rafters. Whether or not they can clear her out is going to be a big determining factor as to whether or not UG can get this round.
UG starting to circle rafters at the moment. There's a couple of players, I think, outside the rafters. You know, but Kylix taking down Drew. I believe that was probably master side. Shutting that little roam and lurk down on that side. But we do see, once again, Tingus Pingus below in the vert, trying to make their way into rafters. They are aware that the Wamai is playing in rafters, trying to see if they can get that pick and open up the round on their side. We see Mystique and Tingus Pingus really trying to force this play. But Cat's able to take down Mystique and able to get away with her life at this moment. As we see, they're starting to get a little bit of help as well from Lounge. This might be a disastrous play on UG's side, as once again Cass pops up, able to take down the UG member Haley, able to take down Kylix as well, bringing it back to a technical 2v3. Tori is down, but does get picked up. But 30 seconds left, and 2v4 situation for UG is going to be quite difficult for them.
For sure, shots are being traded between Red and Construction. It's very much looking like it was a troll, not even a trade. It was obviously Raja getting that first kill, Tori with the trade, and then Cass picking off Haley's to bring the end of our first round of this map in favor 5-1 to Senshi. Roll swap now, and UG is calling for a pause.
Kill replays
Kill
on.
replays.
Oh, no, not the technical difficulties.
Oh no.
They're not meant to be on. I thought we turned them off.
Oh goodness. Oh goodness.
Okay, I think if both teams are happy to continue, we can continue the match. Otherwise, we can do a rehost again. It will be up to whatever's happening behind the scenes, what they want to organize. But I mean, it is technically not meant to be there because, yes, you do get a little bit of extra intel when you have the kill death on. They are meant to be off side of things. Okay, well, 5-1 Senshi side here, which I mean, that's a dumb. Once again, we saw the same thing on the first map. It was a 5-1 half on Consulate. It was UG's side on that one, but Senshi's side on this one, which we saw on the flip and brought all the way back and went to overtime. So, do you think that might happen again for Clubhouse?
Oh, look, I want to say for sure because, defender-sided maps are just the way with Siege. So I'd like to see it go to another OT. I reckon UG's got it in them to pull through these defense rounds. Again, just I think it was a little bit. I feel like it was the opposite of what we saw in the last map with UG. I said a lot about how they weren't playing together and they were doing a lot of 1v1 fights and whatnot. I feel like that first half, they were playing a little bit better together, but they just weren't pushing where they needed to push, and there was no ground being made. And so a lot of their pushes did stall out, and then it was the pick after pick, and then they're in, 2v5 situations, 2v4 situations. It's very hard to come back from. So I hope on the defense side, we see a little bit more of them working together because it's not going to be as prevalent for them to have to push. If they can hold strong angles, if they can hold crosses, they may have the upper hand on Senshi in the second half. But hey, we're not going to know. I'm not sure what your opinions are on the matter, but I'm hoping to see it go all the way.
I hope it goes all the way too. We've seen both these teams be very strong on their sides, on their defense sides in particular. I do find for Clubhouse, though, it does always favor the team that knows the basics more because it is quite an old map, and then most teams know how to play it, so it really relies on whoever's got their basics knowledge down the most. Because it does tend to be quite formulaic as well, some of the attacks, unless you go for something crazy, which we have seen Yuji try a few unique attacks, like all the vert play, particularly through the gym side, through the CC side. They really do like their vert, which is not the general push. A lot of teams like to push across for like bedroom gyms kind of things, which I'll give them that. They're definitely trying really new things, almost catching Senshi off guard. But because once again, it's quite, as I said, an old map, test the basic side of things. UG working and playing really well together, but so is Senshi on the opposite side. They're holding those crossfires, they're holding and playing those defense angles really well together. So I think the level and the quality for both teams have gone up, but once again, they do tend to favor the defense side that we're seeing. So I'm intrigued how UG will go for this defense. Okay, we're going back to the game as of now. Yahoo! Okay.
Woohoo!
So, Yuji. Cade ban and Mav ban. That's usually my favorite bans to go with for this map. Cade is just so strong on the basement. I like to do that. And then Mav, once again, extremely hard to do any tricking on the walls if there's little Mav holes throughout the walls. So I think very smart bans from both sides here. And
I was surprised we didn't see the Cade ban in the first half.
Yeah. I think they weren't too concerned with them, which we did see them struggle a little bit with the fuse charges for that basement attack. But we are now flipped on the opposite sides, which the Azami and Thatcher ban. What do you think about those ones?
Look, Azami again, very strong in a lot of sites, specifically the site that they're opting to go for first, which is not what I would have expected. A CCTV and cache site play, the rafters with Azami is something to behold. Any good Azami player worth their salt can solo hold that and be the detriment of an entire team. So I'm not surprised to see that ban go out, and I'm also not surprised to see Thatcher as well. It's going to make Mystique's job all the easier if she is attempting to ban a trick, which, granted they haven't banned Thermite or Ace, is probably something that she's going to have to do. So again, I feel like it's definitely not like the old ban system where you would almost always see Thatcher get banned to a degree. This is definitely an interesting choice on their behalf, but if it's to help them with specifically the two top floor sites with maybe the Cade ban, they're opting, hey, maybe we'll leave basement to be the third site, let that be our tertiary, because we're going to have a harder time holding those hatches, and they're going to do this site and gym. Having the Thatcher off the board is going to help them keep those walls closed.
Yeah, definitely a interesting site to start off, but maybe they're cooking something, or they're very confident on this site here. particularly with the Mav and Thatcher ban. Yeah, maybe they've prepared and cooked up and have complete faith in Mystique's bandit tricking, which, hey, I've seen her bandit trick a lot before, so I know she can definitely do it.
Yeah.
Senshi,
Absolutely.
on the other hand, they have brought the buck, and it does look like they want to go for an across take here, so maybe just completely avoid the bandit tricking if they don't have to.
Ooh.
Ooh, we do see some shots fired, but they have taken a lot of ground as they're already starting to put pressure into Con and Cash from the master side here, as we see Pingus starting to get droned out as well, so they are aware where she is. But actually, Psycho able to take down Drew to start off the round. Drew was on the flank on that main stairs. And then Barra taking down Mystique as well, stopping any bandit tricking, which has allowed Senshi on the attacking on the main wall to open up. And now they can start pressuring from all sides.
Yeah, the highway window there, play by Barra, was insane, and we're seeing numbers drop. Like, just like it was nothing. Pingus and the rest of UG bringing it to a 2v2 when it was very much in the favor of a 5v3 to Senshi. We, Raiju holding red stairs. We've got one in Cash. We've got all of Senshi. No, sorry, only one Senshi in construction and another one playing on the roof. Probably going to go drop down to maybe have a look at main wall. Seeing what we're going to play here. There's a minute 10 left on the clock, and they now have no way to really open up that door, or the wall, sorry. But Barra and Tori winning this round. Ooh, Barra managing to pick off Raiju, bringing it to a 1v2. But Core has the sight. She manages to pick off Tori, bringing it to a 1v1. She knows where the last operator is, sitting out there on highway. Heard the jump in through construction. Now here's the wall being opened. But not opting to move. Instead, holding sight, but Barra just pushes in through the gate, and that's it. Secures that round. Absolutely insane. I genuinely did not expect to see that go in the favor of Senshi. They did really well.
It was looking quite dire. Like they had the man advantage at the start. Senshi really got into master side very quickly with the buck, with the sledge side of things. Able to take down Drew as well on the flank, so securing that control there. I did see there was another TK on Senshi's side though, which
Was
really
there? I missed it.
brought it back. Yes, I think Tori executed someone on her team. So that almost brought the round back for Yuji, but just unable to clutch the 1v1. That was really good teamwork, good patience there. Senshi getting in early, Yuji trying to bring it back as well. But then Senshi just able to get the last bit there, making it into match point for this match.
What does that mean? Senshi has done both TKs so far? Has it been both on Senshi's side, or did we have one from UG in the last game?
I think it was Senshi's side, from what I remember.
I think they're going for some sort of different record for this season of how many TKs can we get in one season? Like,
yeah. I mean, they're going.
Been doing it. Anyway, moving on, we see obviously UG is pushing, and I've decided to move over to the gym bedroom site this time around, hoping that maybe they can do something a little bit different, because as we've said, this is match point for Senshi. This could all be over after this round if UG doesn't pull something out. Obviously, we've got the Bandit, Mystique on the wall, Drew Carrymore with a mute. They're really trying to hope to keep that spar wall closed. Obviously, and she has a different idea. They've got operators, they're pushing in through rafters. They're going to try to take a vertical approach. Barra helping to get that wall open, and they're going to try this side. I'm not sure if we have anybody on the other side, considering this time they've opted to bring Habana as well as an ace, as to whether or not they're even going to attempt to get spar wall or what the play is there, but they don't have a lot of ways to get that wall open.
Raichu is in CCTV with nothing on the rear, able to get down Barra to open up the round, as actually Psycho on the Monty walks on red to see if red was clear, but that is a massive hit for Raju. Was that a friendly C4 almost blowing her up? That was almost another TK, but it's Doc, it's A-okay, healed straight up. But as we see, the time is slowly ticking. Senshi is starting to pressure a little bit more on this Cash side. Shots almost going through the wall. But Raiju's still alive and wasting that time on the Monty. Oh, able to take down
Ooh.
another one. Drew able to take down Cass somewhere across the map as well, making it a 5v2 on UG's side.
Kylie's picking off Drew there, but we've got Monty left alone over in CCTV dealing with, at the moment, only the dock. So it's not like it's impossible. Whether or not it's a 2v4, there's room for them to win here, but it's going to be a very uphill climb as we see Kylix come over to try support. Oh, never mind, from underneath, oh, from behind. Oh no, it was underneath, sorry. Tingus Pingus, yeah, getting the vert there on Monty, and then Raiju finishing off Kylix, bringing UG up around. It is not over yet. There is still fuel in the gas tank.
A very strong round there by Raiju in a very dangerous place. They hadn't reinforced Cash, which, as we saw, I think the ace opened up that wall with the breach charge, but Raiju standing strong, standing tall on that green box, and I think was a triple kill in that round, but really spearheaded that round for Yuji there. Senshi unable to answer Raiju in that place.
It looks like they're moving back over to CC Cash again. So that's they've swapped it up every round, I guess, trying to keep Senshi on their toes. And I mean, it obviously worked for them last. Oh no, well, yeah, obviously they won the last round. Sorry, that's why they can't do that side again. But again, opting not to go downstairs. I think the ban of that Cade there has obviously made it so that they don't want to touch downstairs. And so they're opting for what you consider a I forget the name of it. What do you call it again? A tertiary
No,
site?
this is her primary site now because they picked it first.
Site. No way.
Yes,
okay.
yes. But it was Senshi's tertiary site. So we'll see how Yuji goes this time. We did see last time Senshi were able to pick up that round, which obviously Yuji are happy, but they're going back to it as well. So maybe they've thought of different strategies. How Senshi took that space really early on.
5 seconds left before insertion.
As we see Tingus Pingus through that spy wall. Tingus Pingus might be looking for some spawn peaks here. No, I think just we'll be playing around Master. So is Drew Carrymore, so they're going to be putting a little bit more pressure on that side to make sure Senshi can't take that space very quickly. Which we do see 3 Senshi players spawning on that side. So I think this might be a good play and a good answer for Yuji here. Or for Senshi here from Yuji.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, obviously, most of their pushes have been of the horizontal nature, and I think UG is prepared to try account for that. Obviously, this is what they did last round, with 2 players trying to get a hold of this wall. Default cam still up. Hello? What? UG, you might want to take care of that. That's just free intel if you don't take that cam out. Obviously giving away... Ooh. Okay. Flores on the wall, hopefully getting rid of the bandit batteries, which is, I'm assuming, allowing them to... Are they opening with the... There we go. Cool. They are now pushing to open that wall. What is happening on the other side of the map? Barra is droning out. We have Drew pushing down below, looking to, I guess, hold this breach and see if they can catch anybody trying to run through. Nothing yet. We did see Haley's unfortunately get picked off there, bringing Senshi to the man advantage. Granted, it's only by 1. Never mind the run out by Tingus Pingus. We've finally seen something, and it's very much swinging in UG's favor. They're now down 2 players. Senshi has to figure something out to take this site. They've lost any kind of pressure on the CC wall, and now they need to readjust their plans. The horizontal take is all that they've got really to work with. Minute 14 on the clock. They know Cass is aware. We've got Mystique sitting on rafters, holding this angle. They know they've got at least 2 players over towards construction side, 1 highway. Whether or not they're going to be able to pull this out is all up to UG. 56 seconds on the clock as we see them slowly push towards construction. Mystique holding this angle. They're aware of where the players are.
Disgusting.
At least 1. That's a punch hole. At least bullet hole peaks aren't a thing, you know?
Yes.
I don't know how much of those
I do see Drew is on the flank here.
Ooh.
But because the default cam is up, the ping goes out and Fingers just runs out that, which I do believe Diffuser is down on that breach as well.
Oh no.
So it leaves Psycho and Barrow in a 2v4 with 20 seconds left, and they have to go for the kills. But
no.
once again, Fingers gets the ping on the default cam, which actually maybe the default cam is shot now. It is shot, but then she's just getting aggressive on that side of things. Barrow left with a 1v4, and not much she can do with Mystique just cleaning up the round.
Beautiful round there. Honestly, I don't know how much of that round we can contribute to that one default cam, but MVP of that round, default cam in kennels. Let's go.
But then someone also using that and doing the pings to coordinate the timing of the round. Whoever's support player or whoever was on the camps.
Yeah, I guess they could be the MVP of that round.
Yes. So, UG bringing it back 2 rounds, which they've managed to get their CC round. So,
good
obviously, what that means, though, is they will be going to potentially the basement or buyer site, which obviously they didn't want to touch before.
Ooh.
So, this might be a little concerning.
Do you
But the
reckon
bans, do you want to talk about the Buck and the Bandit ban?
Yeah, look, Buck makes perfect sense. As with most siege maps, verticality. There's a lot of soft flaws that can be used to get rid of a lot of stuff. Bandit, I'm not at all surprised to see. They've now gotten rid of the 2 main ways of keeping a wall electrified and closed. So it's going to be a little bit harder now for UG to maintain site control. Obviously, it's a little bit hard, a little bit difficult for them being in the basement now because they don't have that cage. So how much use they were really going to get out of a Bandit anyway is very much up in the air. But having that Buck be gone, especially on this side, granted, they have Ram. There's a lot of other ways to make verticality: Sledge, Ram, but Buck, very strong in the hands of just about anybody who wants to pick him up. His gun can be a laser. So I think that's a very good op to take off the board on the side of UG. I still think this is going to be a very hard hold for them because they now have no ways to secure hatches outside of an Aruni, which they've obviously opted not to bring. So I think as long as UG maintains presence above site, they can keep those hatches closed, but otherwise I think this is going to be a very hard round for them to hold.
Attackers are heading out to
yes, they have brought the mirror and the smoke, so very strong operators to anchor with, and the Jaeger as well with the ADS to stop any util side of things. But yeah, as you were saying, they would really need to hold vert control as much as possible, which I do believe Raiju is lurked somewhere near CC side, but we do see Senshi starting to open dirt side up and looking to do a clear, it looks like, as Psycho's going straight through Jacuzzi wall. And there are pings going out, so they are aware there are a couple of UG members upstairs.
Ooh, Psycho taking a lot of damage there. And Tingus also taking some damage. I think they must have exchanged some shots there because there's 2 UG members currently holding up top. So whatever kind of vert pressure. Looking out on highway, nothing. Okay, so we've got Raiju, Pingus holding over this side of the map. I believe we've also got 2 members of Senshi also trying to do a vert push, or is it just... Oh, there's the first pick. Kylix picking off Mystique. There goes the smoke. Very strong op, because... Very strong pick, I should say, sorry. Because obviously the denied possibility of just smoke on hatches or anything to go with like planting. Fantastic pick from Senshi's side.
Minute and a half left, which it does look like Senshi's really starting to make some progress on that middle floor. I don't know if they've cleared out all the roamers, but it does look like they've all started to migrate down. But Raiju, obviously the hatch getting opened up, so she's going to try and challenge these vet players in stock, make sure it's not that easy. But on the opposite side, we do see Tingus taking down Barra, bring it back to a 4v4 with 1 minute remaining. UG in a good position at the moment, but we see the Grim Canisters going out. Can we see an execute here for Senshi on the basement floor, or will UG take it out?
50 seconds left on the clock. They've got the ping on the mirror, but obviously no one's in the position to move. Drew does manage to get the pick onto Kylix, who was in dirt, if I'm not mistaken, taking a bunch of damage though from Cass, who's holding upstairs, or was that Tori? I'm not sure. Both were in kitchen, I believe. We've got Tenga sitting over there in Moto. 30 seconds left on the clock. UG 4v3. Looking all right for them as long as they can hold their angles. The flashbangs are going out. Tori's going down for the execute. Plant is going down. Holding the angles. The Grims are keeping them at bay. Plant is going down. Psycho taking out Drew. Tingus getting Tori, preventing the plant. Fantastic. 10 seconds left on the clock. We've got Haley and Tingus holding the line. Psycho's in to get the defuse down. Ooh, starting the plant. Cass on the cover. 4 seconds left. They've got to push this diffuser. Going down. No problems. Cass picking off Raiju.
Oh,
UG managed to get the diffuser. Amazing. What?
They just downed the planter in the last couple of seconds, if not the last second of the plant going down. You don't really get closer than that. That was,
no, I don't think there was anything left of that bar to plant.
But UG able to pick up their tertiary round, which was the basement. And now they're going back up to gym and bedroom, the second site that they picked, but they did win this straight out. So I think UG really feeling the momentum there, really getting into the groove. They're comfortable more on their defense side, which can they continue? They kind of have to. If they don't win these next 2 rounds, Senshi will go away with another win. So UG really feeling the pressure, but I think they'll be in high spirits after that round.
I would imagine so too, but then they've also got to take into account the fact that they have no wall denial. So outside of the mirror, which I'm assuming is probably going to be the only way with the mute that they're holding that spar wall, it's going to be very hard for them to keep things closed. And if they decide to bring the ace, which it looks like they have, they will be able to also clear off that mirror from the bathroom wall, which I think is going to, I'm assuming, being their play, because it's going to move any pressure that they have inside of this gym hallway bathroom area once they can get that mirror off the wall.
5 seconds left.
Even with the Habana as well, there's a lot of ways for them to get through and breach these walls.
Definitely, and this Habana could also open up all the castle barricades, so that might blow open the sites as well. Which we do see UG, they have reinforced the CC wall this time, and it does look like they want to work a little bit more on CC. But as we see, Psycho getting really aggressive really fast as we have the pre-placed drones there, able to take the space very quickly. We see 2 people now starting to run up rafters, and UG is still reinforcing. This could be quite dangerous here as Psycho getting aggressive. Shots taken, just missing the head of Raiju. As we see Mystique also now getting in on the action here. Really trying to stop Senshi getting aggressive. Oh, shots going out. Mystique getting super aggressive. Able to take down Psycho. Sees the other player here. Tori pulls out shotgun. Able to take down the second and get away with her life.
How has she got away with that?
My god.
I'm bewildered. How did she get away with that?
I don't know, but as we see here, Senshi has, despite the destruction of what was happening on Cash side, still trying to get the pressure here, which Cass finally does take down the steam. All members of Senshi are really trying to force this position, trying to clear Con out as well. Raiju stuck in a corner, maybe able to open the hatch for her escape, but opts to stay there, see if they could get extra kick here and there. But Senshi, that was a bit chaotic, which, as I said, Raiju stayed in that position, able to take down Kylix as well, leaving it a 4v2, a very favorable position for UG, and Senshi really struggling to take any position or any space here. And the site is bedroom and gym.
Yeah, I mean, look, I genuinely saw this going a different way, but those opening 2 picks from Mystique with the shotgun there were just, I didn't see it coming, and I don't know how I ever could have seen it coming. We've got 2 people, Cass and Barra, having to push this vertical all the way across. And with 45 seconds left on the clock, it's not necessarily looking good for them. UG has all of the power spots, all of the power angles. I mean, Logi hatch hasn't even been opened. Raiju picking up Cass, leaving Barra in a 1v3. Will they be able to win the round? I'm thinking we're going to see this be a UG round. 20 seconds on the clock and no way to get people flushed out of these power angles unless, I don't know if Barra's used their smokes or anything. No, they've still got all of their bolts in the canister. There's 6 seconds left on the clock. They're not left with enough time to use them, and Drew picks up the last kill, bringing UG to 5 rounds. We are one round away from seeing this go to OT yet again. I mean, we almost thought that this was over when when we saw Senshi hit that 6th round, match point, but there is nothing that's going to stop UG from getting to OT, sorry, not UT.
Yeah,
Under
UG
time.
really bring it back. They've got their momentum. They're working together, and as we've seen, it's been very defender-sided on both sides. But this was one of the rounds that Senshi did win on the attack. We saw UG winning it the second time they were here. But obviously, can UG pull this off? It does look like they've changed up their operator picks a little bit. They've brought a Frost, which we didn't see a Frost last time, I believe. So something slightly different. They're not opting to bring the mirror, which I don't think they brought the mirror. I think that was Senshi's side when they brought the mirror on this side. But Frost is always a very sneaky operator to play, particularly on rafters. You can just chuck a frost mat in the corners, under the windows, on top of the stairs, which can catch a lot of people off guard, particularly if a Monty is pushing up there, which I mentioned that because I've just seen Psycho switch off the Monty, but never mind. I was just getting cast a curse. The second I mention something like that isn't locked in, it just automatically gets changed up. But hey, maybe they saw the Frost too and were like, yep, we're not going to bring the Monty, we're going to bring the Sophia instead.
Even then, especially on rafters for things like Frost, when you're having to hold and pay attention to so many angles, it's very hard to focus on looking down even for that split second to shoot a Frost mat and expose yourself to possible head holes on Cash all the way through to the top of rafters. So it's still a good pick, I believe, on the side of UG to bring that Frost, and hopefully they can capitalize on it. I'd love to see some people get caught in some mats. That'd be very, very funny. Yeah,
I'm always down to see those things, particularly in high stress situations in the last 15-20 seconds and someone jumps in and it's just, oh no. But as you were saying, they did ban out the Cade and the Bandits, so getting this ball will be on the easier side. They did bring Thermite and Ace, and we do see just a meat jammer on the wall, so we see Cass there putting it a little bit above so they can open the wall up without using any util. That is a neat trick. And the issues with mute jamming a wall, particularly now it's small, but able to completely open that up. Or Kylix just missing the head of Raiju there, but does shoot the fire extinguisher, covering their cross at the moment. But I do see Haley is still on rafters, which Senshi starting to circle around that, but Raiju takes the head off of Kylix, potentially causing a little bit more issue for Senshi's side here, but Haley's starting to get really pressured. They've opened up that single reinforcement as well, really exposed now to the breach here.
Yeah, it's all the pressure seems to be on clearing out this rafter, because once they have that control, as we've seen in previous rounds, it's almost a guaranteed round for the attackers. If they can clear out Haley's and bring it to a 4-4 round, I'm assuming we just had Tingus Pingus downing Barra somewhere on the other side of the map, so now we're in a sort of 3v5 situation. UG working very hard. Are they sneaking up behind the... manages to get the grip! Tori is down! Barra is also down. Tingus Pingus downstairs. But we've still got Haley's up on rafters. Nothing's happening here. All of the pressure that that Senshi had is dropping off as the numbers are dropping down. Psycho having to find a way to get out, rotate around. Mystique holding bottom of Garage. Cass, though, managing to get the double kill on both Raiju and Haley's, bringing it to 3-3. Barrett is still down, but with that pressure off rafters, are they going to be able to try execute something? We're seeing Psycho push up rafters now. We might be looking to see an execute here very shortly, depending on what the play is. We do still have Mystique holding below the breach, though, so 10 seconds on the clock. If she can get this kill onto Cass, but misses. Running for the plant. We've got a C4. Are we going to see the plant going down? The C4 misses its mark. Cass is still planting. The plant's going to go down. We've got the planter down in Cash. It is, oh my goodness, both in Cash holding this box. Oh, Drew managing to pick up Psycho 1v2. Cass holding up on the table. Drew on the stairs. Mystique, I believe, still below. Coming up rafters, never mind. So we've got one red, one rafters. This takeback is theirs if they can get this done. Or will Cass manage to win this? Oh, the shots! Drew manages to eliminate them, giving this round to UG. We are going to overtime!
Round 2 of overtime with the beautiful teabagging as we see here. The weapon inspect. Is that a slough on the weapon? I haven't seen that skin before. It looks, looks quite nice.
I think it was Dark Zero's skin from last year.
Ah, but hey, UG, they brought it back once again. A 5-1 defense half on both maps. We're going to overtime again. This time, UG is now starting on the defense. So the opposite of what we saw on the other map, but they're going gym and bedroom. Interesting pick. We'll see how this goes. What are you expecting? Are you thinking any changes from Senshi's attack here?
I would hope so, because UG had that in the bag the last time they played this site, even with no wall denial there. The fact that there was no pressure from Senshi in the way of Logi, I thought was an interesting choice, considering that mirror play was really kind of what held construction for UG that entire round, and it helped get a number of picks. So I'm hoping we see something a little bit different from Senshi on this attack to obviously help them be able to get more map control, because we just really realistically need to not see Mystique get that really early double kill with the shotgun in CC, because that was an absolute round changer for UG on that round.
And then the round before it was Raiju playing that green box and taking down 3 as well. So if Senshi can, if they want to go for that cross take again, they have to clear CC without losing a couple of members, and then they'll be right, I think. But obviously UG, they're very confident in holding that cash side. Mystique and Raiju there to help each other if they go for it. Which it does look like Senshi, they do want to go for that cross take against getting cash control. We do see a ram though, so something slightly different for this site. We did see once again, I think it was Kotari, when they were attacking this, they brought the ram, so maybe they're thinking of something similar. But as we see Senshi taking the space in garage quite quickly again, they've got the drone work and the pre-places down packed. Now they just need to think about how they're going to get into CC.
I mean, we're seeing UG late reinforcing into the round again. Whether or not that means Mystique just going to rock around a corner with a shotgun and make everybody all of the wall reinforced.
Unhappy.
Nothing you can do there. The ram gets deployed and make a hole into CC. Mystique there with the shotgun though. It has been droned. They know she's there now. What's going to happen here? Flashbang goes through. Blinding Mystique. But we've got Raiju on the cross.
The movement.
Oh!
The siege timing!
Insane!
Corey picking her up. That siege timing is unbelievable. But Mystique trying to get aggressive. There's people all over the place. But Kylix taking down Mystique. With the double angle of that getting opened up, the cash wall and the red triple, that's where they got sandwiched. That was the thing that Senshi needed to change, and they did. And they finally cleared the cash side. But the round isn't over yet. It's still 3v5 with a minute left, and there's still a lot of util that they have to be able to get through if they want to go for an execute.
Yeah, 100%. It looks like we're seeing that they've opted to maybe readjust their push within the last minute. I think they don't want to have to deal with whatever's going on inside of construction, instead opting to open up Logi Hatch this time. Ooh, and gets the down onto Tingus Pingus, bringing it to a 2v5. This round is looking a little bit more favorable for Senshi. Not that it wasn't before, but now they know that there's possibly a mirror locked and stuck inside. The grenade goes out and gets Drew Barrymore and Cass, bringing Senshi a flawless round. They did exactly what we said they needed to do. They cleared out the CC without losing anyone, and Cash without losing anyone, and then they secured that round with relative ease.
Yep, they changed what they needed to, and then just continued on with the rest of their plan. And As we saw, it was solid, and they won the round. I think that's what they were always trying to do. They just needed a couple of rounds and overtime to really get that back in their mojo. On Senshi's attack. Now we do see Senshi now on the defense, and they're going to Church and Arsenal, and the Cade is up. That is a major component of their defense side here. They're also once again bringing the Valkyrie. We've seen that be quite strong before. I do like on the attack side, which as we can see, the attack can always change up. We'll have to wait and see. But Deimos pick. We have seen a couple of lurkers in Senshi's roam. Particularly Cass loves to lurk near that cache side, CC side, Rafters side, covering that side of the map. So I think the Jackal and the Deimos, if they do want to stick with that and go for a full clear, would be some very strong picks for UG's side here.
Did we see a Deimos? This is the first time we've seen Deimos played so far this season?
I think so. I don't remember seeing a Deimos in the other map either. So it could be the first time we've seen it.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how much pressure is going to be made by having the Deimos on the board, especially like you said for those roamers that tend to hold upstairs. I mean, at the moment, who have we got on the side of Senshi holding anywhere other than site? I think I saw 4 on site with maybe 1 playing up above.
Yes, I do see a shadow of someone looking in the bedroom. Oh, there's someone in secret. Oh my god. Drone activated. I think that's Cass as well.
That was indeed Cass, yeah. This could be an early pick onto the Deimos if UG's not careful. Ooh. Shots traded, no hits though. As UG is droning their way down secret stairs towards blue.
They have a Ying.
They have a Ying. Drew Carrymore getting the first pick though onto Psycho. There goes a Rooney on. I don't even know where that was from. Was that dirt? No.
It might have been dirt or vert. Look at the rhyme there. But as we hear the Ying Candelas going off, I think they're starting for a little bit of pressure on blue side. It does look like they want to go for a blue take here. So they are changing it up a little bit. They're opening up the stock hatch, trying to get the extra pressure as Raiju just sees the head. Oh, I'm not sure who that was, but just survives on both sides there. But never mind, Raiju just takes off Tori's head, and Haley with the Ying as well takes down Barra, leaving it in 5v2, and there's a minute and a half left. And as we see UG, they're starting to collapse on the site. There is a player in dirt. As we see Kylix able to take that. That was Diffuser as well, down in dirt. Minute and a half left still, 4v2. There is plenty of time. But Cass able to pick up another. And things are starting to go dire for UG's side here. They still have the man advantage though, 3v2. They need to work together and clear these plays out because we do see Senshi's players are working together. They have those double picks, those double angles together.
Left on the clock. So we're getting some form of a push here by Haley's, trying to push out that blue team, blue enemy who has, I believe, retreated back to church. Yep. Cass hiding behind the bomb. A little bit of a rotate around. 43 seconds left on the clock. All 3 members of UG, Secret and Blue, they're all pushing from one direction. It makes the hold essentially a little bit easier when they know that they only have to hold a select number of angles. With Kylix getting the kill onto Drew, bringing it to a 2-2. 28 seconds on the clock, and we've got a very late rotate there by Tingus Pingus as Ailey's is trying to push now solo into blue to try take some form of side control. Candela goes off but doesn't get anyone. Haley's having to pull the needle out. 13 seconds left on the clock. Pushing in dirt.
That's a quad!
Oh. Kylix! No! Tingus! It's a 1v1. 5 seconds on the clock. The plane is going down. Does Cass know? Cass, she's pushing it. She's aware. That's it. And that's it.
That's it.
Oh, no!
Cass with the knife as well to end the game in another overtime. 8-6 for Senshi here. That was a 5v2 clutch up as well.
That was
Senshi
insane.
winning the second map in once again another overtime. Both these teams, it could have gone either way. They were playing really one up, one down. Some clutches there on both sides. Some crazy games there, Snug.
Yeah, a lot of rounds going completely opposite to how I predicted. Makes me think that maybe I'm not cut out for predictions and I should never be an analyst. But I genuinely...
No, surprises are good.
Surprises are very good. This was a very good map for both teams. Obviously, Senshi brought it out in the end. They managed to clutch up that victory, or not even necessarily clutch up. It went to OT, but I still feel like a lot of that round, even though it was a 2v5, was still very much in their control once they knew where a lot of the members from UG were pushing from. It made that hold for them really easy. And so congrats to Senshi for that win. Best of luck next time for UG.
Hey, well, this is just the first play day of our round robin, which will be lasting a full month. As we said, we haven't seen our third team yet, Lost and Found. But what I can say is we have our next match on Saturday night. So just stay tuned and we'll figure out, hey, there's more matches. Maybe there's more overtimes. Maybe there's more chaos. Hopefully no tech issues. But we've got all the tech issues out the way. That's the plan, right?
That's it.
Touching wood, touching wood. But what I would like to say for tonight, before we sign off, Nag, did you have anything you would like to say?
Look, just genuinely, both teams played very well. It was very entertaining to watch, very entertaining to cast. I hope everyone at home has enjoyed the day one of season 3 of Phoenix League, and I hope you're all excited for more to come.
All right, that's it, folks. We'll catch you on Saturday night. Stay tuned, stay up to date with all our socials, and get ready for more gameplay, more amazing overtimes, and long nights. Have a good night, everyone, and enjoy it.